98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, PSECU, Kona Ice, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs win it.
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darrell Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 55 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, the rubber match between the Revs and the Sugarland Skeeters. And one night after having their longest winning streak in 7 years come to an end, the Revs will try to start a new one as they go for a third straight series win here tonight against the Skeeters. What's turned out to be a pleasant evening here at People's Bank Park. Hi again, everybody. Darrell Henry with you. Brett Petrek will be along shortly. Welcome to Revs Baseball. There was the threat of storms earlier in the day, but we are all good. Some partial cloud cover here as we hit the air tonight. Temperatures in the 80s. And the Revs last night, a 7-1 loss. Just couldn't get anything going. Fell behind fairly early in the game. Sugarland scoring in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And the Revs with just the one run last night after scoring 7.5 per game over the previous 10. But even with the loss last night, still winners of 9 of their last 11 overall. And once again, tonight trying to start a new streak and also extend one other one, which would be consecutive series wins as they go for their 3rd in a row in that department here tonight. It is an excellent pitching matchup. Mitch Atkins coming off a great one. Gets the ball for the Revs. He's 2-4 with a 2.91 earned run average. Right-hander Dallas Beeler will go for Sugarland. He's 4-2 with a very similar ERA, 2.98. Coming up on our pregame tonight, we'll take a look at the weekend ahead. Somerset comes in the next 3 days, and it's a big weekend here at People's Bank Park. We'll have all the details on that. We'll check in with Mays here shortly as well. He'll also explain what happened with that delay on the field in the 5th inning last night during the pitching change. We'll hear from him directly about that situation. First pitch tonight is set for 6:30 once again here in York on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Summer is here. Time for fun in the sun. Whether you're headed to the beach, the mountains, or just hiking the rail trail here in York County, don't forget the donuts. This summer, share Maple Donuts with friends and family wherever you go. Now, for a limited time, enjoy their delicious blueberry cake donut or lemon pound cake donut, both topped with dreamy lemon icing. Summer is more fun when you share Maple Donuts' 58 tasty varieties of donuts and world-famous coffee with family and friends.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Your local York County Napa Auto Care Centers have the Napa know-how to fix your vehicle right the first time. They've also partnered with Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK for the Salute to Veterans Spotlight Series, airing throughout the York Revolution season. Show your appreciation to those who've served our nation and nominate one of our great local veterans today. All selected veterans will be recognized on radio and receive 4 free tickets to a Revs game, plus 2 tickets to the 2019 Atlantic League All-Star Game at People's Bank Park. To nominate, simply call the Revs at 717-801-HITS or email WOYK at info@WOYK1350.com or look for our Facebook posts with a link to the submission form. Your local York County Napa Auto Care Centers know how to care about veterans.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs host the Skeeters tonight, trying to take 2 out of 3 in this series. And as you may be able to hear in the background on the stadium sound system, the theme from The Office is currently playing. It is Office Night on Saturday. And what is coming up here these next 3 nights at People's Bank Park as Somerset comes to town? Tomorrow night is Engineering Night. We also have our Girl Scout sleepover. And it is the first day of summer, so if there is still daylight when the game, or if there's no daylight when the game ends, I believe it is, the fans in attendance get a chance to come back for free, as it is the longest day of the year tomorrow as far as sunlight is concerned. But then on Saturday, that is our Office Night celebration, and you may have heard, unfortunately, Kate Flannery had to postpone her visit due to a family medical emergency, and Revs and her representatives are working to get a rescheduled date for that, but everything else will proceed as planned, including the pregame 0.5K York Revolution Meredith Palmer Memorial Celebrity Rabies Awareness Pro-Am Fun Run Race for the Cure on Saturday night. It's also the character look-alike contest to win a trip to Scranton. Who wouldn't want one of those? And hand sanitizer giveaway presented by WellSpan Health. Obviously, that was a very important piece of office merchandise, if you will, hand sanitizer. And we'll have the auction of the game-worn Dwight Schrute-inspired jerseys, which are presented by PSECU, and those will benefit the Children's Miracle Network. Fireworks follow the game, launched from center field. Those are presented by Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment on Saturday night. And it's also softball night here at the stadium. It should be a very fun night for those girls. And then on Sunday at 1 o'clock, Sunday Family Fun Day, presented by Wise Markets, featuring pregame autographs, catch in the field, postgame kids run the bases. We'll have our Bark in the Park, as always, presented by East York Veterinary Center. Boomers Book Club, presented by Harrisburg University. Big Crab Feast, catered by Captain Bob's Crabs. You can add that to your game ticket and take part in that feast in the picnic area. And we'll also have Toy Story character appearances at Sunday's game. Tickets are on sale, YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS. And at the Revs ticket office, ton of fun this weekend coming up. And hopefully you can be part of it with us. We'll take a time out here on tonight's pregame show. Revs and Skeeters coming up. But first, we'll hear from Mace. The Broadway Transmission Manager's Report is next.
It's time for the big summer sale down at York Mitsubishi. This is Doug from York Mitsubishi, and I ordered way too many cars last month. My mistake is your chance to save big. I've got to move them off the lot pronto. So here's what I'm going to do about it. Take advantage of huge savings like the 7-passenger Outlanders starting under $22,000. For all these popular Outlander Sports starting under $20,000. Or get 0% for 60 months and $1,500 rebate. If it's ultra economy you're looking for, check out the Go-Kart on Steroids Mirage with over 40 miles per gallon, starting at just $12,990. And tech geeks enjoy the Outlander PHEV plug-in hybrid, starting at just $28,200 if you qualify for all state and federal tax incentives. As always, you get more stuff for less money and an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Top dollar for all trades? Where? At the summer sell down at York Mitsubishi, where Mitsubishi's always cost less. Around the corner of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue. Get pre-approved now at YorkMitsubishi.com.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, I guess unfortunately all streaks have to end. It was a pretty great 7 games, but Sugar Land played a heck of a game last night to even this series. But it has been a great week for your team.
No, it was. I mean, it was a really good week for us. And, you know, when we came into Clubhouse last night, it was peace. It was quiet. And I told him, I said, look, turn the music on. We've won 7 games in a row. And, you know, it's not the end of the world. So we're playing better. But, yeah, I mean, you know, I think the game turned probably after the first 3 innings. We had bases loaded in the first. We couldn't get a run. We had 2 on in the second. We couldn't get a run. Then they scored 3 on a homer in the 3rd inning, and then it just went from there. So we missed some opportunities early to at least get on the board and, you know, not make those runs they scored as damaging as it ended up being. But we just had a hard time, you know, getting Merritt figured out, and we talked about that before the game yesterday. I mean, I said we're probably going to have our hands full with him because he really doesn't change his motion very much. He's deceptive. You know, everything looks the same, and it's 3 and 4 different pitches coming out of there. So he did a really good job of keeping us off balance, and you know, and their bullpen was really good, as we know they can be.
Where did you feel Walter ran into trouble last night?
Well, I mean, he left some pitches up in the zone. The 3-run homer to Jan Sandy was some type of a hanging, either curveball or slider for sure. You know, and I mean, to the hitter's credit, they still have to hit the ball too. I mean, but he did get hurt by leaving pitches up in the zone. When he commanded the bottom of the zone and the edges of the plate, you know, everything was fine. But the pitches that he left in the middle and up in a good hitting area, they they got a hold of those pretty well.
We had a couple people asking us about the delay and the discussion on the field mid-game at the one pitching change. What happened there?
Well, we're having a debate on Atlantic League rule versus MLB rules right now. So it's about players being on the roster and lineup cards and those kind of things. So, we're going to get the answer today. I know what the answer used to be. The answer used to be that as long as a player was on your roster, they were eligible to play, whether they were on a lineup card or not. But I mean, I know for a fact that's the way the rule used to be, but now with the MLB agreement and everything, I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to find that out today. But I mean, that's what it was. So I was bringing Walby into the game for whatever reason, maybe getting senile or whatever. I didn't have him on the lineup card, which I mean that never happens. I think it's happened one other time in all the years that I've been managing. But I didn't have him on the lineup card, but he is on the active roster, so that's what the debate was. And, by the time we got done debating it, Perez was hot, so I just said we'll just go to Perez, and then we'll just go from there. So it really didn't hurt us at all in the long run. Because Kiros and Pat Young, they did a great job of finishing up the last 3 innings for us. So, we didn't get into the bullpen any more than we had to. So it wasn't that big a deal. But, we'll just have to see about the lineup rule, because I've been handed lineup cards in this league by managers that don't have any substitutes on them or any numbers over the years. So it was just the starting lineup, and that was it. So it was an interesting day for lineups yesterday. Inky handed me their lineup card at home plate, which was a total change of everything that we had pregame. They had, Bornstein, his back was bothering him, so they had to take him out at the last minute. And next thing you know, we had 8 changes on the lineup card, the batting order. Lineups were the topic of the day yesterday.
Well, if you want some mind-numbing reading material, that would be a baseball rule book. I tried to get into it on the bus home from New Britain with that rain delay game, and I had enough.
Yeah, it's an interesting read. I would suggest one you don't do unless you really have to. But there are certain rules that we understand. I mean, the New Britain delay and the suspended game and all that. I mean, we knew what was going to happen there. We needed one more out to make it a 7-inning an incomplete game and we couldn't get it, and so it reverts back to the final inning that was completed and what the score was at that time. So we were aware of that one, but I'm going to be interested to see what the rule says with the lineup card and versus the roster.
How legitimately encouraged were you to see the way that Pat Young bounced back last night?
No, I was real happy to see that. I know Fletch was working with him before batting practice yesterday. They were down there working on some timing issues and some different types of mechanics. But no, it was good to see him come back and throw the ball like he can.
A good matchup of right-handers tonight. You've got Mitch going, and that start in Lancaster. I mean, we came away talking, everybody probably came away talking about 20 hits, but that was not to overshadow how good he was.
Yeah, he was just as good as the offense that day, so that's saying something. Mitch has been, he's been a solid part of our rotation since last year when he got here. And, when we go out there, we always expect good things, and, guys have bad days. That's part of the game, but, you do expect him to give you a good performance when he's out there.
And tonight, Skelton leads off. What are some of the things that he gives you that you like in that spot? Could he be a long-term solution there for you?
Well, I think it just depends on righty-lefties. Beeler's a right-hander pitching for them, and I like Skelly at the top when he gets to hit against right-handed pitching. So him or Rondon, either one. I'm going to give Rondon another day off because Den had been out for so long. And Ryan's starting to swing the bat a little bit, so I want to get him some more at bats while I can, and then we'll just kind of do some platooning here the rest of the half and move some guys around. But yeah, as far as leadoff hitters of our roster, when I'm not playing Rondon, to me, the only two other people that could do it would be Trapp against left-handers and Skelly against rights. So, we'll put him up there tonight and go from there.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Getting set for game time here shortly tonight. Revs will be taking the field momentarily. The starting lineups tonight brought to you by Flying Feet. For Sugar Land, they will have Willie Taveras in center leading things off. Anthony Jansanti, first base, bat second. Hitting third and right field is Jared Mitchell. Dennis Phipps will DH and bat cleanup. Zach Borenstein evidently is in the lineup tonight. We have not heard of any changes related to that. He's in left field hitting fifth. Juan Silverio at third base, bat sixth. Cody Stanley will catch again and hit seventh. Jason Martinson at second base, bats eighth. And Ryan Jackson is at shortstop hitting ninth. Again, it's Taveras, Jansanti, Mitchell, Phipps, Borenstein, Silverio, Stanley, Martinson, and Jackson with Dallas Beeler on the mound. For the Revs tonight, they will have James Skelton leading off and catching. Melky Mesa in left field will hit second. Batting third at first base is Talbot Nash. Cleanup man Carlos Franco at third. Isaias Tejeda DHs and hits fifth. JP Sportman in center field will bat sixth. Wellington Dotel, the right fielder, hitting seventh. Henry Castillo, second base tonight, batting eighth. And Ryan Dent at short will hit ninth. Mitch Atkins starting. Revs have taken the field. Let's join PA man Ray Jensen.
Fans at this time, please rise if you are able, remove all headwear, and help us welcome Matt and Carol of Sweet Life Music for the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs burst
Thank you to Matt and Carol of Sweet Life Music.
Very nice. A duet here tonight as we get set for baseball. The Revs and the Skeeters here in the rubber match of tonight's series. Revs have taken the field. Mitch Atkins beginning his on-the-mound warm-ups here, and Mitch 2-4, 2.91 ERA in 8 starts, 46 and a third innings, just 41 hits. Opponents hitting 233. Only 8 walks in 8 starts, 42 strikeouts, which is 3 shy of cracking the top 10, and he did miss his first 2 turns in the rotation. He's off to an even better start than he was last year. Last season, a little bit rough early on before he got it going. He's off to a terrific start this year, and Brady's often been the victim of no run support. Finally got that second win of the season on Friday night in Lancaster, and he was outstanding in that one.
Well, runs are sometimes tough to come by, but not anymore with this team. Aside from last night, they've been putting them up in bunches, and for Mitch, hopefully he gets that again today. 2-4, obviously the record isn't as depictive of what he's been able to do when you look at that earned run average. Under 3, he has been fantastic ever since coming back from the injured list, and just the ace of the staff that this team needs as they look to stay hot.
Well, Willie Taveras will make his way to the plate. Revs are in the navy alternate jerseys, which they have come to prefer, and Sugarland is in their alternate black tops. Although I guess on the road they're not alternate, it's about all they have. So it's yet another colorful night in terms of the jersey matchup. Our weather tonight, 86 degrees, partly cloudy. It's brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Taveras taking his time getting the... Well, what are we waiting on? Let's go. And the Revs dugout, I think, saying to him, what's the deal? About time. Here is our Dasher Investment Services first pitch. He swings and foul tips it back. We are underway at 6:33 here tonight. Taveras off to a good start, hitting .328. .435 the last 5. 10 hits his last 5 games. 0-1. And it nailed him. Fastball drilled him right on the leg. And a leadoff man will reach. I don't think any intent from Mitch. He was ahead of him 0-1, but that got him solidly, and Max Mahaffey and Pete Incaviglia will pay a visit. Skeeters have a leadoff man on.
I don't see that too often from Mitch. Has great control. Sometimes they just slip.
That they do. So Taveras is on. He's 6 for 7 in stolen base attempts. It's not a guy that you particularly want on base, as if you want anybody on base. Here's Anthony Jansanti, who played a big role last night. 3-run homer in the 3rd that opened the scoring. He is hitting .240. Last night, his 4th home run. 2 of those have come against York. 8 of his 23 RBIs have come against York. And Mitch have moved to first. Taveras is back standing. Atkins Friday in Lancaster, he kicked off that 4-game road sweep. 7 innings, 1 run on 4 hits. He struck out 7. Pitch, it's down low. The 7 innings tying the longest by a Revs starter this year. He tied his own season high in strikeouts for the 4th time, and in fact took a 2-hit shutout into the 7th, retiring 10 straight. Runner goes, pitch, a strike. Skelton, quick throw, and in there is Taveras. Skelton had to unload it from the crouch position, and on one hop to Castillo over from second to cover. It bounced right by the bag, making it fairly close, but Taveras got in.
And that's their thing. When they get on, they look to take off more times than not. Taveras, a guy that led the major leagues in steals one year.
1-1. Swinging a drive in right center. Sportman hustling over and can't get to it. It'll be 1-0 Sugarland. It's in the gap, back to the right center wall, and Tavares coming around will score. RBI double for Anthony Jansanti, who continues to be a thorn in the Revs' side. And 2 batters in, it's 1-0.
Scott, that one in the perfect spot in the gap, and he delivered. Giansanti's had a good series, at least the last 2 games now so far. But still early, got to limit the damage. See if you can get out of the frame, allowing just 1.
Now here is Jared Mitchell. First pitch breaking ball misses up and away. Jansanti was 0 for 27 to begin the year on May 16th. 0 for 15 at that point against York, but since then, the 1-0 and a line drive left center. Sportman on the run again. That's going to get down on a hop in front of him. And Jansanti around third to score. It is 2-0 as Mitchell singles to the alley in left center. And a great start for the Skeeters here tonight. 8-game hitting streak for Mitchell.
Covers a lot of ground out there, JP, but they're putting the ball in spots that's just impossible for him to get to. Good thing about that is you keep Mitchell over at first. Granted, I would expect to see him run.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost no doubt he's going to try to swipe a base on Mitch.
And throw over. He's back with a lunge. He is now driven in 8 of his 26 this season against his former team. And another move. He dives back this time. By the way, totaling up this Jansanti stuff, he's now 7 for his last 24 against York. 9 RBIs. Pitch is swung on and missed by Dennis Phipps. A slider from Atkins. Well, they've been on his fastball early, and they've gone the other way with it. He starts off Phipps with a hook. Phipps, the DH. Homered last night, his 10th. Throw over. Back standing is Mitchell. He's tied for 3rd in the league in home runs. Last year, he hit 9 in 98 games, 10 already this year. And of those that have double digits, he's done it in the fewest at bats. He backs out. He's hitting .253. 3 of his 10 home runs against York. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Another good slider.
He's a guy that swings early in the count, Phipps. Looks for that first pitch fastball. He got one last night and drove it to deep center. He's got big time power. Just got to keep it away from him.
Atkins ahead 0-2, looking for his first out. Pitch is swung on and missed. He went to the curve this time after 2 sliders, and it dives out of the zone, and Phipps swings and misses at 3 in a row, 1 down.
That's what you got to do to him. Keep the ball away. Use almost exclusively junk. Worked out nice for Mitch. Those pitches were deceptive. Great downward action.
180th strikeout of Atkins' Revs career. He moved into 7th all-time last week ahead of Stephen Penny. He's now within 5 of Rami Lewis for 6th. As he fires over, Mitchell diving in.
You got to keep him honest over there, Jared. League leader in steals now with 20.
4 of those against York. It's been caught just twice all year. Pitch is just outside on Borenstein, left-hand hitter, ball 1.
He's got a real shot to be a 2020 guy this year.
Doesn't happen often in the minors. Revs had Matt Esquivel in 09 as Atkins steps off, and then, of course, had a 20-30 guy with Alonzo Harris 2 years ago. Throw over, Mitchell diving, close play, but in.
You don't have numbers quite like what Alonzo Harris did in 2017. Overall Independent Baseball Player of the Year.
Atkins does have one pickoff this year. A long set coming home and missed the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. That is not Bill Reuter behind the plate, who was supposed to be the home plate umpire tonight. We know Bill. That is not Bill.
No Brian on this trip either.
2-0. Swinging a high fly right center. Dotel heading over deep in the alley. It carries, still going, and he's got it on the middle of the warning track. Mitchell tags from first. He'll dive to second as Castillo cuts the throw coming in. And Borenstein kept in the yard. The wind is blowing out tonight. It looked like a high routine fly ball, but he's got serious power, and it just kept traveling before it was fortunately caught out there.
Yeah, I thought fly out to right, no doubt. But the wind can push it here. It's all right, no harm, no foul. Back to the track, just gave some extra steps there for Wellington.
Now here is Juan Silverio, the biggest problem for the Revs facing the Skeeters all season. He has hit .447 against York. And first pitch to the K-man tonight. It's inside for ball 1. It's hitting .290 overall. 7 homers, one of those against York, which was in Tuesday night's game.
There's a method to the K-man pick. I know he's batting .500 against York, but I'm telling you.
Pitch, breaking ball, over for a strike from Atkins. It's a 2-0 Sugar Land head start tonight. By the way, the wind listed at 12 miles per hour. Been a breezy week. Silverio, 6 extra base hits against York. He lays off down low. It is 2-1. This is the final meeting of the first half between these two teams. Revs played 7 in Sugar Land, hosting them for 3 here. One benefit to the Revs' second half chances, and they only have a 3-game trip at Sugar Land, which is maybe the toughest place in the league to play. They don't have the long trip as time is asked for here. Always tough to go down there. Revs went just 2-5 on that trip, but they were also struggling across the board back then. The 2-1, it's down and away, a slider. And I guess the way that this game has started, Atkins throwing a lot of breaking stuff. Pretty evident that the Skeeters were keying on his fastball early in counts, those first couple hitters. Falls behind here, does have a bag open, the 3-1. And a swing and a miss. Cutter running away. Silverio couldn't help himself. He went after it.
Diamond Doug in the purple trying to pump up the crowd. It'd be nice for Mitch. It was tough to get going, but he could set down the next 3 in order after allowing the 2 runs. Preferably on the K.
Mitchell at second, 2 outs. Stretch from Atkins. Runner goes for third, and a swing and a chop foul. Third base side. Mitchell took off for third base on the 3-2 offering there, and it's fouled.
He's been kind of fearless this year, Mitchell. All those steals.
As a team, they have 70, well now 71, 23 more than the next closest team entering the night, which is Somerset. Another 3-2, and it just missed inside. In on the arm of Silverio. And Atkins with just his 9th walk in 9 starts. So the inning continues. Cody Stanley, the left-hand hitting catcher, coming up. Atkins has thrown now 20 pitches here in this first inning.
It's close. Thought he had him there, but was a little inside.
They are continuing to test TrackMan in the facility and across all Atlantic League ballparks. Here's Stanley, first pitch, breaking ball down low. Another first pitch off speed. Stanley hitting at .278, 3 home runs. He leads all catchers in the league in RBIs with 21. He's hit .348 with men in scoring position, which is among Sugar Land's best. Mitchell goes, swinging a ground ball foul, and this one past the first base coach's area. Okoye Dixon leaping over it. 1-1 the count, and again, Mitchell trying to take third.
He's getting his conditioning in. Hey, talk about Mitchell having that speed back after a really horrific ankle injury pretty much right after he got drafted. Got his legs back under him now, and they're working, shown by the steal numbers.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the ESPN piece. He told us about it a couple years ago as well, and I couldn't believe when he said that when it happened, his whole foot was just numb. Pitch is high and wide, a breaking ball.
You see them in basketball, obviously a little more common with all the jumping up and down, landing wrong. Those are more common in that sport, but in baseball to have one happen to you, it's got to be brutal, career-altering, to say the least. And if you watch that documentary, that little piece on Jared, you could tell it's amazing he's still out here. That can end people's careers.
Here's the 2-1, and it misses outside. It was a crash into the outfield wall in spring training and ligament damage to the ankle. He said the first thing he felt was he couldn't feel his foot. It's kind of a startling description of it. 3-1. It's up high, and a rare back-to-back set of walks for Mitch Atkins. Bases loaded, the 8th hitter of the inning. Jason Martinson coming to the plate.
And not really what you're used to seeing from Mitch. Obviously the back-to-back walks, a hit batter as well. Extra base runners usually not seen. 25 pitches in an inning has got to be close to a season high for him as well.
I just looked into the dugout to see if Fletch was going to make a visit, and I remembered we can't do that.
No visits would be big, but has to work his way through it and just needs one more out. Focus on the man at the plate.
First pitch to Martinson, a slider, and he flails at it and comes up empty. So the continued approach of breaking stuff early in counts, he gets a swing there.
And Mitch is a guy who can play and still have his head clear, even down 2 with this kind of situation. He's a pro.
0-1. Right there for strike 2 on the cutter, right down the middle. And now on top, Martinson must have been looking for something else, trying to keep them at 2-0. Martinson hitting .220, 7 homers in 35 games. Stretch from Mitch, the pitch from Mitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. He breaks it off and freezes him. 2 strikeouts in the inning and only 2 runs score. That's big here early in this one tonight. 2 runs on 2 hits. A hit batter, 2 walks, 3 runners left on base. We played a half inning. It's the Skeeters 2, the Revs coming up.
The Patriotic Party in the Park returns July 4th. It's the totally free, totally huge July 4 York, presented by York Traditions Bank. The home of your York Revolution celebrates Independence Day with York's biggest July 4 celebration beginning at 5 p.m. Bring the kids out for the Family Fun Zone. Climb the tallest wall in professional baseball with help from the Cave indoor rock climbing. Jam to the jazz, rock, and pop sounds of performances by Big Boy Brass. Check out the patriotic nostalgia of downtown York's vintage American flag display benefiting Veterans Memorial Gold Star Healing and Peace Garden. Then settle in for the giant American Town fireworks presented by Gladfelder Insurance Group. The Rockets' red glare begins at 9:30 p.m. It's July 4 York, presented by York Traditions Bank. Details at july4york.com. That's july4york.com.
Are you on your way to work right now?
trudging along heading to the same job you're just not too enthused about any longer? Hearing this ad might just mean it's your lucky day. Give your career a reboot with the York Post Office. The York Post Office is now hiring rural mail carriers. Work in a fast-paced, dynamic environment. Hiring for non-career positions with career eligibility. Starting at $17.78 per hour with all eligible for health benefits. Suitable vehicle for delivery is required on some routes. Get your foot in the door on a new career today. Apply online at USPS.com.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Nothing. Sugarland has struck first. Revs have been the best first-inning team in the league this season. But Sugarland off to the early start tonight. Dallas Beeler set to go. 4-2 with a 2.98 ERA and 9 starts. 51 and a third innings, 48 hits, 17 walks, 33 Ks. Had his roughest start against York May 17th. Skelton leads off, shows bunt, takes a little bit high. The Revs that night were no hit by Beeler through 3 innings, but then scored 6 off of him in the 4th. 3-run triple from Melky Mesa. Here's a fastball in for a strike. And Beeler, a huge Roy Halladay fan, and he copied his mechanics with the knee tuck, the arm angle, pitch cuts in for a strike, and it's 1-2. He felt that helped give him more movement. There's the wind and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, pulled down to first. Jansanti is there to gobble it up, takes it to the bag himself. And Skelton retired for out number 1. Mace feels that against righties, Skelton and if Rondon gets going, those are the 2 top candidates to lead off. Skelton, who's one of their top on-base guys with walks, couldn't do much there though because Beeler got ahead of him. And here's Mesa, who takes a strike on the inside corner, and Beeler gets ahead of him.
He's throwing a lot of strikes early. Has been doing that all year.
Wind, the pitch, it's down low. He is 2-1 with a 1.42 ERA his last 5 starts. Ever since that one where the Revs beat him up. Pitch, swinging its line foul toward the bullpen balcony and right. Melky a night off last night. Mace thought his bat might be tiring a bit. 2 for 15 his last 3 games. Red hot prior to that.
At 2 for 15, people have done a lot worse than that to have a cold bat.
Yeah.
So if that's his worst.
Curveball driven, center field. Tavares is back deep, but he is going to turn around and make the catch. It looked like he had it settled, and then that ball must have had an extra gear, and Tavares had to spin, and he reached out, full extension, still hung on the middle of the track in dead center. He ended up with his hands against the batter's eye.
Man, almost disastrous for Tavares. Great for us, but just showing you that win today. These fly ball hitters just get it up. Try to hit the jet stream.
2-0 Sugarland in the first. Here's Talvin. He looks at one down in the dirt. Last night, a 7-game hitting streak snapped. Batted way over 400 on that. Had a tough night, 0 for 5 with 4 Ks. A couple of them were quite questionable as Beeler misses down and away, falls behind him 2-0. Talvin at 261, 15 homers, 1 off the league lead, set the Revs all-time record Saturday. Swings here and chops one foul down toward third. Silverio across the line to glove it. It's 2-1.
Interesting decision to throw it into the bullpen. To all the fans down there on the third base side, he throws it right to one of his guys. Reward the fans.
Yeah, that'll make him some friends. The 2-1. Swinging a high pop fly to right. And Mitchell coming in on this one. He settles under it, waits, makes the grab, backing up a couple steps at the end. And the Revs are down in order in the first. So we've played one tonight. Sugar Land getting the better of the first inning. They lead it 2-0.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
April showers means May flowers. As spring blooms and lawns are growing, so are we at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our team at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care is growing, and we're seeking qualified candidates to grow with us. Join our world-class team-based environment and get your foot on the lawn of a new career with the leading provider of lawn care, tree care, and landscaping services in York, Adams, and Cumberland counties. Be part of our team. Find out more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the second inning, Revs trail 2-0. They've been the league's best in first innings this year. Lead the league with runs scored in the first inning, 39, second best ERA behind only Sugar Land in the first inning. Been a while since they've been down 2-0 after one, but a lot of game to go. Ryan Jackson leads off. First pitch fastball strike from Mitch, who left them loaded in the first inning. Faced 8 hitters, only the 2 scored. And the 2 scored before he had an out. Fires, and a line drive yanked foul toward the left field corner. A good job of damage control. Jackson hitting .266. Atkins went 1-1 in 2 starts in Sugar Land. The one that he lost was primarily due to a Jackson 2-run bloop single. Pitch is down and away, handcuffing Skelton in the dirt. Atkins 6 scoreless at Sugar Land for his first win of the year, May 13th, and then 6 innings, 2 runs. 5 days later, he left trailing 2-1, lost that game. Pitch is grounded left side. Franco to his left. He picks it, and on the run, snaps it over to first in time. Jackson retired, 1 away.
Nice play by Franco, arranged it over to his left. Got that one on the move, on the short hop, and made a good throw without his feet set.
Now Willie Taveras, who had quite the interesting start to this game. It appeared that some were not happy with how long it took him to dig in, and then on the second pitch, he was plunked. It was the first one this time. He swings and misses, a changeup. But the hit by pitch came after Atkins already had a strike. He certainly wasn't trying to put the first batter of the game on, and then Taveras stole and scored. As Atkins misses low, it's a ball and a strike.
A lot of these guys have been problematic for York, and Taveras, one of them now. He's been hitting the ball really well lately.
Skeeters third in the league in runs scored as a team. 1-1. Swinging a foul tip right off Skelton's face mask and on back. He'll take it off, let the dome breathe for a moment as Taveras pats him on the back of the head. Willie was tearing it up at the big league level at the time that we had his older brother, who basically served as the first everyday catcher in Revs history, Luis Taveras, 07 and 08. There's the Line from Mitch, the pitch, breaking ball, line to left. Mesa over toward left center, has to handle it on a bounce. It's a base hit for Taveras. He's hit safely in 6 straight. That is hit number 3 for the Skeeters tonight. And another guy who can run, already a steal in tonight's game, on base.
Captain Tony!
That'll bring up Anthony Jansanti, an RBI double in right center in the first inning. First pitch, slider, it's a called strike. And that was maybe the biggest hit of the first inning because it drove in the first run, but it also set himself up to then score. And last night he had probably the biggest hit in that game. Pitch is down and away, breaking ball missing. Jansanti is 15th double of the year. Came in tonight tied for 7th in the league in doubles. And Atkins will toss one over. Taveras back standing. Steal for Willie was his 7th in 8 tries. Here in his 19th game played. Pretty good rate. Atkins ready. The 1-1. And a line drive to the gap in left center. This is going to get down. Sportman over to Glovett. Jansanti trying for 2, throwing a hop, and he dives in. Before Castillo could get the glove on him, he's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles tonight. Taveras has to stop at third. No damage yet, but it's second and third with 1 out.
He just continues to pound the Revs in this series. Tough. No matter what you try to throw to him, he's been hitting.
He's one of the best in the league at taking advantage of mistakes up or in. The Skeeters set up to add to a 2-0 lead here in the second inning, and Jared Mitchell, the hitter, he had an RBI single in the first, giving him an 8-game hitting streak. Now he's going well again. Pitch to him is a called strike in under his arms, and Mitchell didn't like it. Turns and walks out. With 2 men on, the infield is back. Lights beginning to flicker on here. Pitch. Breaking ball low and in. Atkins' last 7 starts at 2.13 ERA. He's been terrific. Sugarland making it difficult on him, though, early tonight. 42nd pitch is lined down the line in right. Dotel over. It's going to land. 1 run in. Dotel plays it on a hop, throws towards second, and both runs will score. It is 4-0 Sugarland. Here in the second inning, Jared Mitchell, a 2-run double, pulled over toward the corner in right, and he has driven in 3 of the first 4 tonight.
Speaking of guys that have been a problem, Mitchell's been good. It's not what we're typically used to seeing from Mitch. Struggling here, but Sugarland's lineup the last, well, really 3 days has been impressive.
Now Phipps, who struck out his first time, still only 1 out. First offering is swung on and missed to Cutter. The top 3 in the order have reached base a combined 6 out of 6 times now. Atkins has his sign. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a pop foul, back and out of play. Sugarland is, of all the teams, the one that comes into this park and they just hit and hit and hit, and it never changes. It does not matter the year. Pitch from Atkins, a ground ball pulled foul, down past third. It doesn't matter that they fly in and are probably tired, whatever. They are 42-30 all time at Peoples Bank Park. Year after year. A lot of game to go tonight. Here's the stretch. Pick play on, and they got Mitchell at second. Castillo coming over. The timing play was on with Atkins. And Castillo got the tag on Mitchell's hand, trying to dive back in. Atkins with his second pickoff of the year.
He's aggressive. Caught him leading. Atkins with a smooth move to get there. Henry right on to make that quick tag. Mitchell didn't like it, but we don't like all the RBIs, so deal with it.
Now the base is empty from the windup. Pitch is high, now 1-2. Atkins, the first on the staff with multiple pickoffs this season. On the wind, the 1-2, and that cuts down and away. 4-0 Sugarland here in the second inning. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a comebacker. Mitch reaches, knocks it down, picks it up on the second effort, and throws to first. He had to scramble, but makes the play. Atkins, who finishes pretty directly toward home plate, just a little off toward first. He had to reach across his body, knocked it down, and throws out Phipps. 2 runs score in the inning, though, 3 hits, nobody left. 4-0 Sugarland, middle of the second inning.
The malls and the internet are filled with places that sell running gear. But where do you go for performance track and field gear, technical help, and reasonable pricing?
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes' reputation is widely known. They've been outfitting beginners to nationally ranked runners for more than 30 years, and their selection of brands and models is unmatched anywhere in Central PA. Training shoes, track spikes, specialty shoes for all field events. If Flying Feet doesn't carry it, then you probably don't need it. All this at prices that will pleasantly surprise you. Flying Feet's entire staff is knowledgeable of what you need. Beginners and pros come away from Flying Feet with the right advice and the right shoe for their needs. And that applies to the needed accessories. Replacement spike elements of all sizes, shot and discus implements, running apparel and sports tights, and Under Armour performance apparel for specialty track and field equipment and the know-how without the specialty store prices.
Flying Feet.
Just off exit 18 of I-83 on Mount Rose Avenue next to Battery Warehouse in York.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the third play, or the first 3 cars to cross the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on. Come on.
Yes! Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Alexi Casilla. You are listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Reps. Sport Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
First pitch in for a strike on Carlos Franco. Dallas Beeler does not need 4-0 leads to work with, but he's got one tonight. Here's the 0-1, and that's over for a strike on Franco as Beeler quickly jumps ahead. Carlos hitting .548, 17 for 31 in 8 games, and he lays off letter high here. .622 on base percentage. He's hit safely in 6 straight. The 1-2, and he fights it off foul, back to the netting, a high fastball. It'll be Franco, Tejeda, and Sportman this inning after Beeler worked the 1-2-3 first. 4-0 lead for him. And he winds, delivers. Breaking ball, that sits a little high. Beeler would be 4th in the league in ERA, but just missing the innings requirement. A Tulsa, Oklahoma native, 6'5" righty. And has his sign, he delivers. Swinging a line drive the other way, base hit down the line in left. Franco does it again, And on his way to second, he's in with a stand-up double, 18 for 32, and he has his 5th double.
That's the exact same thing he did last night, flaring one the opposite way with 2 strikes in the count. Now giving the Revs runner on second with nobody out. He just does things so well. Silverio looked like he tried to barehand it and quickly decided that is not what he wanted to do going down the line, especially on a line drive. Thought about that one pretty quickly.
Ball ripped. And Franco continues to take advantage of what he's given. Using all fields. Here's Tejeda now, DHing the night. First pitch is swung on and missed. Big whip through the strike zone on that swing. Tejeda up to 3rd in the league and hitting at .320. He has hit safely in 7 straight. Now tied for 2nd in the league in doubles with 18. Got one last night, also the 80th of his Revs career. As he kicks the back foot out of the way, pitch is down and in. That broke a tie with Eric Patterson for 3rd in Revs history. Tejeda's 4th double in his last 3 games. Revs as a team have been hitting a ton, and Franco with the team's league leading 122nd. Pitch is driven in the air, high and deep, right field. Mitchell is back. He's going to have room, though. Middle of the warning track. Franco does tag from 2nd, goes to 3rd with 1 away. And Tejeda, another near miss. Thought that one had a chance to go oppo when it left his bat.
Man, that was close. Mitchell back against the wall, literally, to make that one.
Now J.P. Sportman, the 17-game hitting streak. Infield back, so a ground ball would get the Revs on the board, but Sportman, first pitch is over for a strike. He's hit .408 on the streak. He's up to 6th in the league now, overall at .306. One more on that hitting streak would put him in the Revs' top 10. Pitch. Swing, and he chops one to deep short. Jackson gloves, off-balance throw is in time, but Franco does score. RBI ground out on the high hopper to short. Sportman drives in his 19th, and the Revs are on the board. It's 4-1.
It doesn't extend the streak, but you take it. That's a real productive out from JP scoring the run. Infield was back deep. He chopped it deep. Franco going on contact, so no chance. Don't need to cut all into it at once. Just take your time. Plenty of games, plenty of outs to play with.
Now Wellington Dotel, the hitter. He's hit safely in 6 in a row. Average up to 257. His 3rd home run the other night. First pitch is ripped on the ground off the glove of Silverio, laying out to his left. Jackson at short picks it up, but no chance to throw. It'll be a base hit for Dotel. 7-game hitting streak. And Silverio, a half dive to his left, redirecting it right to the shortstop, but no play by that point. I'm going to bring up Henry Castillo. It's the start at 2nd base tonight. Batting .287. Long hold from Beeler and a move over. Dotel back standing. Wellington is tied for 4th in the league this year with 9 steals, only caught once. On the stretch. Long hold again. Another move. Dotel back standing. Beeler got to the majors with the Cubs in 2014 and 15. 5 starts, 0-3, but got there. Last year with Sugarland, he was terrific. 2nd year there, he deals. It is just outside. 8-2 with a 2.29 ERA for the Skeeters last year. And then he pitched in Mexico over the winter and was great there also. 2.03 ERA in 5 starts.
Sounds like the ace of a championship staff, at least last year with those numbers.
Now the 1-0 and a foul tip back to the netting. I believe he did have a great postseason start for them. Pitcher of the month in the league in June last year. And an all-star game selection. He had his contract purchased by the Royals, though, on July 6th, so he missed the all-star game, but then he came back as he fires over again. Made 4 appearances at Double-A and struggled there for whatever reason, but came back. Maybe wasn't as dominant, but was still very good. Returned in late July. Here's a pitch up and in on Castillo. 2-1 now. Revs trail 4-1 here in the second inning. When Beeler was signed by the Royals, he was tied for the league lead in wins, and the ERA was under 2. He deals, and a chopper right side. The second baseman Martinson to his left. He stabs the high hop and throws over to first to end the inning. Revs do get on the board with a run on 2 hits. 1 man left. We'll go to the third tonight. Sugarland 4, York 1.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a York Revolution birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Kessler's hot dogs and pizza, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey and throws out a first pitch, and the whole crowd sings happy birthday before the party enjoys a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays at a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Wealth is the ability to feed 100 stray dogs.
Turn empty parking lots into playgrounds.
Watch your child walk down the aisle.
As Henry David Thoreau once said, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. At Smith Wealth Advisory Group, we help our clients identify their ambitions, dreams, and financial goals and develop actionable plans to pursue their passions and interests. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help you fully experience life. Visit us at smithwealthadvisory.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the third inning. It's a 4-1 Sugarland lead. Revs did get on the board. Carlos Franco leadoff double scored on Sportman's ground out. Zach Borenstein will lead things off. He flied to deep right center in the first inning, and he takes outside to begin things. Hit what looked like a routine fly. The man has a lot of power, though, and it kept going. There's the 1-0. Oh, he lines it off Atkins, hits him in the rear. He picks it up at the front of the mound, makes the throw to first. I hope it hit him in the rear end. I believe it did. Mace and Chong will head to the mound. Fletch is kind of angling toward the bullpen to see if he needs to get somebody's attention, and we'll see how Atkins reacts on this visit.
Now back-to-back balls hit straight up the middle at Midge. Was able to knock the last one down with his glove. The rear end would be a good spot to hit. I mean, at least if I was there.
Yeah.
Got some meat. Not sure about Mitch. He's probably in better shape than me. Probably stings better.
He throws a warm-up. And he'll take one more. Says he's good. He's a gamer. He is a bulldog. That was on his scouting report from early in his career. And nobody outworks him. See what he does between starts and everything. And you get hit on the buttocks like that, it'll be sore, but you can live with that. Here's Silverio, and a curveball. What a buckler that was. Started right at him and hooked right over the plate for strike one.
He's fine. He's fine. He's good, especially with that one.
That's one of the best ones he's maybe thrown all year. Here's the 0-1. Fastball missed down and in. Silverio a walk in the first inning. He is our K-man tonight.
He's been attacking that spot against Silverio, but hasn't been able to get it on the inside with the fastball, at least getting the call.
1-1. It just missed away. Silverio, it almost looked like he backed off the plate a little bit before that last pitch was thrown.
Another close one.
The wind, the 2-1. And they went inside again, but missed. Atkins, command-wise, he's just a little bit off here early on the night. He oftentimes is pinpoint, as he was Friday night in Lancaster. Now the 3-1. And he got that one over. A cutter at the top of the strike zone, called strike two. Silverio ready, so is Atkins. Pitch is line to left. Mesa in, it's right at him. A bullet, but right at Melky. Mazsticks will have to wait, but that is out number 2. Atkins retiring the first 2 in an inning for the first time tonight. Had no out trouble in the first, 1 out trouble in the second. And now he'll go after Cody Stanley with the bases empty. Stanley a walk in the first inning. Atkins at 56 pitches. A quick inning would be great. First pitch here, line to right, base hit. And Dotel over toward the line to glove it. And it won't be a 1-2-3. Stanley is on for the second time tonight. And now Jason Martins into the plate. Atkins struck him out looking the first time. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, Dustin Richardson, the elbow rehab continuing. That's what we've got with that. Stretch from Atkins. First pitch. It is in tight. He has been missing his spots tonight. Skelton wanted that one outer half. Now, Mitch, last Friday in Lancaster, he had an awkward landing on a pitch. They were a little concerned about the calf area. 1-0, and a swing and a miss. Fastball kept away. I don't expect that that's still bothering him tonight. I would think that if it was any issue at all, they would have skipped him. He did have ice on it after the game last week, Mays said. 1-1, breaking ball, looped in the air, shallow right. Dotel in and calls off Castillo going out. Wellington snatches it, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. First 0 put up by Atkins tonight. We go to the bottom of the third, still 4-1 Sugar Land.
Image 360 York is your choice for graphics that enhance, signage that works, and displays that inform. Everything from color change car wraps to vehicle wraps for your entire fleet, custom window graphic, decals and lettering, interior signage graphics and displays. Don't replace when you can reface. Call Rob and his team at 717-757-4909. That's 757-4909. Or order online at image360.com/YorkPA. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Image 360, 2260 Industrial Highway in York.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Four to 1, Sugarland. We go to the bottom half of the third. We mentioned the first time that the Revs face Beeler, who, by the way, does wear one of Halliday's former numbers, number 32. It was a very silent first 3 innings, and then it was the 4th inning, the second time through, that they got to him. Ryan Dent will lead things off. And Dent, who knew Beeler from the Cubs system, starting to get back in a groove at the plate. First pitch, a cutter taken for a strike. Dent has hit safely in back-to-back games, 3 for 6. Pitch is fouled back upstairs. And that was the first time that Dent has hit safely in back-to-back games in about a month. Of course, missed a bunch of time. He swings here, fouls it off, first base side. He missed about 2 whole weeks with knee and wrist trouble. The plate ump is somebody named Zawiski. I think his first name is Steve.
Or Mike.
Tom. Pitch is high and wide.
Hey, can you Google umpires? Let's try.
It's not Bill Reuter.
It is not.
Now the 1-2. Cutter, strike 3 called it. Up in the zone, but it cut right over the plate. Dent stands there pondering it. He is rung up for out number 1.
Pulled a box score up from a New Jersey Jackals game in the Can-Am League. It is Steve. You were right. Good call there. Steve Zawiski. There can't be 2 in independent league baseball with that last name, right?
I doubt it. I mean, we've seen him a couple times before.
So you knew it was Steve. You just wanted to
thought it was.
Tried to bail yourself out by saying it might be.
Yeah. One of those CYA moments as James Skelton takes a strike.
Say it with your chest if you know it.
There's the 0-1. That misses inside. Skelton a ground out to first, his first time up. Logan Walsh, our man, going down there between innings to get the scoop, find out who it is.
We never stop working, no matter what.
There's a fastball for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. On the overhead wind, the pitch, and it misses down and in. Should we give him another shout out now that he came in to tell us?
I guess so. Why not?
Not just Brian.
We hype our guys up here. Believe in positive reinforcement, and everyone that comes in contact with Daryl and I will get the praise they deserve, especially on this broadcast.
Here's a called third, outside corner, and Beeler's starting to feel it. Fastball away, and Skelton left with the bat on his shoulder. Back-to-back strikeouts looking this inning, 2 down. Beeler, even facially, almost looks like Halliday just a little bit, and that was who he modeled himself after.
Well, you don't get to be born, or you don't get to make yourself 6'5".
That's true. Here's Malky. He takes down low.
6'5", righty. I mean, Roy was, is he 6'6"? Big guy.
The 1-0. Swinging a comebacker off Beeler. Ricochets to short. Jackson an off-balance toss, but can't get him. It's an infield hit for Melky Mesa. Oh, if they would have made that play. It bounced right off pitcher, pinballed to short, and Jackson kind of a fadeaway chuck across the diamond, gave it a great effort. On Mesa, his league-leading 67th hit.
That would have been ridiculous. Mesa runs too well for that, but the fact that the throw was kind of on the money from Jackson fading away. He's got some talent over there defensively.
Here's Nash. First pitch down and away. Revs trail 4-1 in the third.
You want to use that 2-out hit, that extra man on, especially with a power guy like Telvin. This could be big. Looking to break out of a little slump from the last 2 games.
Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Great downward action on that. You got Nash to fly to right the first time. Mesa did sting that ground ball right off Beeler. He did not need a visit from the training staff.
And Roy was 6'6", 225. Beeler's 6'5", 225. So almost the exact same build.
1-1. Fastball down and off the glove of Stanley, who boxes it, and it goes to the backstop, a pass ball. Mesa advances to second base on it. Was not in the dirt, and he just flat out missed it. The similarities in the delivery are uncanny. The little tuck of the knee, the lean forward, the way that the hands break as he strides through, the tempo of it. Now the 2-1, and it breaks down and outside. And in fact, Roy, when he was coming up, he actually had to be sent down at one point, and he changed his arm angle, and that's when everything unlocked for him with the movement. As the story goes, the 3-1. Breaking ball ripped on the ground, but right at third, right to Silverio. He'll take his time, toss it across, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for the Revs in the third. We'll go to the fourth. Brett with the play-by-play. Revs trail 4-1.
Will I have saved enough for college by the time she gets her driver's license?
How can I ensure beautiful music is always made on the symphony stage?
When I retire, can I take that vacation I always dreamed about?
When life's persistent questions have you seeking answers, turn to Smith Wealth Advisory Group. Let our wealth of knowledge about wealth help turn life's questions into financial plans of action and memorable outcomes. Smith Wealth Advisory Group, answering life's most persistent questions. Visit us at smithwealthadvisory.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Your next haircut now has a shortcut. Introducing the Sport Clips Haircuts app. That's right, now the cut you want is just a tap away. Just download the app, check in at your neighborhood Sport Clips, and choose your Guy Smart stylist, and you're done. We'll text you when your stylist is almost ready. Then head to Sport Clips for a championship haircut experience. It's home field advantage for your hair. No appointment needed. Just download the Sport Clips app and check in. And don't forget a beard trim. Sport Clips. You choose the cut, we cut the weight.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the top of the fourth inning here at Peoples Bank Park. The Revs trail this one 4-1. Mitch Atkins now out for inning number 4. First man will face his shortstop Ryan Jackson. First pitch to him is just a bit outside for ball 1. Jackson 0 for 1 today, grounded out back in the second inning. 1-0 is swung on. It's another number right at Mitch. He's up with it, takes his time, fires over to first. The third play he's made of the day. Mitch Atkins leads to out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. 1-3 on the putout. This one doesn't get a piece of him. It was hit pretty weakly right at him. The pitcher's fielding practice that Fletch and the guys do paying off. So he's been good defensively from that spot today. Next man up's Willie Tavares, the center fielder. He's been a tough out. Reached base to lead off the game with a hit by pitch as the first pitch sails high for ball 1. Tavares then singled in the left in the second, so he's 1 for 1. Next pitch inside. Mitch falls behind 2-0. Tavares, the 37-year-old, he was 2 for 5 yesterday with a run and a run batted in. 19th professional season. The guy's been at it a while. The 2-0 popped up, foul behind us and behind the skybox level. Mitch gets on. 2-1 the count. 7 major league seasons overall for Tavares. Colorado Rockies in 2007 with his biggest year as he fouls or hits one right in front of the mound. Mitch off the mound again. It's the 4th play he's made today. This time he doesn't throw it over the first, just tags him going up the line. A nice 2 quick outs for Mitch, manning the position defensively and retiring both Jackson and Tavares rather quickly. Be nice for Mitch to go 1-2-3, especially with this guy at the plate, Anthony Giansanti. Playing first today. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. First pitch sails in there for strike 1, a fastball at 87 miles per hour. Just 250 on the year, but Giansanti hits this Revs team really well. The 0-1 is low, evening things up at 1-1. 4 home runs on the year, 24 batted in. Guy can play a bunch of different positions for Pete Incaviglia. The 1-1 is swung on and fouled straight down. Mitch ahead 1-2. Giansanti 1 for 5 last night. Did hit a 2-run homer, or 3-run homer rather, off Corey Walter. Stole a base as well. 2 for 10. Well, now 4 for 12 on the series. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He puts him away. Mitch Atkins blowing a fastball right by him at 87 miles per hour as he works his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Mitch is back. Let's see if the Revs bats can make the comeback when we, in fact, come back on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Best inning of the day so far for Mitch Atkins as he works a 1-2-3 top of the fourth. First pitch to Carlos Franco in the bottom half of the inning is stung in the center field sliding catch. Is it made by Tavares? Yes, it is. Continuing to be quite the thorn in the Revs side. Oh, we're going to have a meeting as it's signaled a catch by our third base umpire. Signaled a trap by the first base umpire. Let's see what they say. Tavares coming in. He wants to say his piece. He thinks he had it. Now they meet right around second base. A deep conversation being had as Martinson tries to listen in. Same with Jackson. He gets over there as well, trying to poke his ear in. All right, let's see. It is ruled an out after all that. Then that'll bring Mark Mason out to say his piece. So it is out number one. It was a good hit from Franco. Line drive right to center with some downward action, but slide and grab from Tavares. Mace trying to plead his case. Not sure here. We haven't seen many ejections from Mace this year.
Now he's on a pretty good streak going back to 2017, but now he's getting more agitated. He wants a piece of David Snyder at third. The big issue here is, why did first base guy get involved and call it? And he's got the better angle from the side if they're just then going to overturn it.
He didn't have to do that whatsoever. And he can see it.
He inserted himself into the play and made it a huge mess.
Unnecessary, trying to get some face time, but Mace not happy. He's still arguing. He's animated. You don't see him get too angry, but his hand movements and gestures, he is quite peeved. He's trying to get him to come back. Mace will have none of it. They won't throw him out, but they won't get the luxury of hearing from him.
Well, he does get a conference between the three umps. This is Etch's 76th birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday to the man who leads in Revs history in ejections.
As Mace heads back out to the pile of umpires to see what's up. Still arguing with the home plate umpire Zawitsky going out there. Nothing seems to have changed. It'll still be an out. But they did make a mess of this, without a doubt.
He may, I mean, and I don't want to assume too much, but he may also have thought one of them was out of position or something. Yeah, that could be part of it.
A little bit of delay, but we're back to playing baseball as Isaias Tejeda steps in. Tejeda DHing today. 0 for 1 so far with a fly out to deep right. Thought it might have had a chance to be home run number 1 on the season. First pitch to him is taken for strike 1. Tejeda on the year, 318, no home runs, 20 batted in. Came into this game in 3rd in the league in average. So he takes the 0-1 pitch low to even things up at 1-1. A Franco out for the first out of the frame on a line drive to center. All he does is hit the ball hard. The 1-1 swung on, hit deep to left, but foul, hooking into the stands, and it will find the seats. A little out in front of it there, a little under it as well as Tejeda. He falls behind 1-2. So Beeler's been able to work a pretty nice game so far. Need to get to him. Just 3 hits overall. The 1-2 is in the dirt, blocked by Stanley. Yesterday, Tejeda was 1 for 3, walked and had a double. 4 for 9 overall in the series with 3 doubles. Currently on a 7-game hitting streak that he'd like to see extended today. The 2-2, breaking ball stays way high. That runs the count full. With the double yesterday, he moved past Eric Patterson for 3rd all-time in Revs history in doubles. He's got 80 now and even 80 doubles in his York career. The payoff pitch is swung on, foul deep to left again. High and into the stands. It looked to clear the skybox level. So we'll do it again. Sugarland with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, all off Atkins. He's been much better the last 2 innings. The payoff pitch to Tejeda's popped straight up, right at the second baseman, Martinson, who gets under and squeezes for out number 2. A nice at bat from Tejeda, but Beeler wins the battle. Now to bring up J.P. Sportman.
Yeah, way to go, well.
Center fielder batting .304 on the year.
Way to go, well, yes.
Tremendous month of June.
Yeah, stand 0.
First pitch to Sportman is taken. Was a 2-seamer that cut back over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Sportman 2 for 4 last night, extended his hitting streak to 17 as the 0-1 pitch goes outside. That'll even things up at 1-1. 17, the league high hitting streak this year. Wants to keep it going. Also has had multiple hits in 10 of 17. 1-1 is swung on, hit right. Oh, it's over the glove of the first baseman, Gian Santi. That'll be a base hit. That will extend the streak to 18 games for J.P. Sportman. We don't know when it will end, and we hope it never ends. Guy that has a serious chance to be player of the month if he keeps this going through the last week. He has been fantastic. Now, an 18-game hitting streak, he's hit .408. .408 during that streak. And I'll bring up Wellington Dotel, good 2-out hitter. First pitch is in the dirt, gets away from Stanley. Sportman will advance to second. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Dallas Beeler, allowing JP to scoot to second. Dotel 1 for 1 today, hit a sharp liner off the glove of Silverio and into left field, his first time up. The 1-0 swung on and fouled back to the screen. 261 on the year for the Revs right fielder, 3 home runs, 26 runs batted in. 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI double. The 1-1 runner goes, swung on, hit through the hole. Sportman, who is running on the play, will come in the scores. It's an RBI single for Wellington Dotel, cutting this lead to 4-2. A nice hit and run executed perfectly. It was Sportman pretty much screening Jackson trying to make that play as he took off from second base. Would have been a tough play regardless, as Dotel placed that in the perfect spot. That's what the Revs ordered. Get the runner on with 2 outs. That's Sportman advancing on the wild pitch. Then Dotel delivering yet another 2-out RBI base hit this season, something he's done really well. First pitch to Henry Castillo, big swing, but he can't come up with it. Looking to tie the game with that one. A Beeler gets him swinging at the high pitch for strike one. Dotel takes his lead off first. The 0-1 to Castillo outside for ball one. Good eye from Henry. Playing second today. We saw him play third yesterday. 286 on the year, 6 home runs, 22 batted in. The 1-1 swung on and hit to deep right field. Going back is Mitchell. He'll have a play. He hit it sharply, but didn't get enough air under it as the sinking line drive finds its way in the glove of the former Revs right fielder. That's Mitchell. And that will retire the side. But the Revs able to cut the lead in half on an RBI single from Wellington Dotel. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Revs down 4-2.
Looking for a drool-worthy auto loan? Hello, I'm Sue DiStefano, President CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. Give Fido the ride of his life in a new car, truck, or SUV. With an interest rate as low as 3.49% APR and flexible terms, we can make it happen. Speak with a loan officer today or apply online at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you and your county first for 65 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
Top of the 5th inning. Mitch Atkins out for inning number 5 of work. Revs down in this one 4-2. The series finale versus York and Sugar Land. The rubber match as York took game 1, Sugar Land battled back to take game 2 last night. We are waiting on something. Do not know what it is. Cannot venture a guess, but it is something. Now we'll play baseball. The first man to greet Mitch in the top of the 5th will be Jared Mitchell. First pitch to him is taken for strike 1. Mitchell 2 for 2 on the day. Big surprise. He's had a great series. Has a single and a double. Next pitch is way inside. Mitchell has to back away. Well, Mitchell's 6 for 10 so far in the series. Again, as you know, not great at math, but that equals 600, I'm pretty sure. Next pitch is swung on, ripped right at second, but under the glove of Henry Castillo and into right field. A hard line drive, a sinking liner. It'll be a base hit. He's 3 for 3 today as he continues to punish his former team. Guy you have to watch over there. He leads the league in steals as well. Mitch was able to hold him in check, actually pick him off last time he was on base. But he has been a problem. Now 7 for 11 with 2 runs scored, a home run, 5 RBIs. As Mitch checks back over. Had a good year with York last year, but not nearly anything like what he's doing in season number 1 in Sugar Land, as Mitch checks back over again, but Mitchell's in on a slide. He already has the same number of home runs he had last year in 117 games, in about half the time. That's 6. Oh, they got him picked off again for the second time. Nash chasing him down. He'll apply the tag, and they got him. Mitch Atkins owning Mitch, that being Jared Mitchell, on the base path today. His second caught stealing of the game. Second pickoff for Atkins, third on the season. An aggressive base runner is Mitchell, but a seasoned vet like Mitch Atkins winning that chess match. Out number 1 of the inning is recorded. Dennis Phipps now at the plate. Hard to believe all that time was just trying to keep him honest. As the first pitch to Phipps hits the inside corner for strike 1. Could not believe that was the first pitch that was thrown after all that. 2 checkbacks and a pickoff. The 0-1 to Phipps. Slider swung on and missed. He's owned Dennis with that pitch today, that being the slider. Struck him out on it back in the first.
Swing hard 3 times.
See if he goes to that again. Phipps 0 for 2, his strikeout and a ground out. The 0-2. Slider stays high for ball 1. Phipps hit home run number 10 of the year last night. .250 average, 29 batted in. The cleanup man. Mitch takes a long look in at Skelton, gets on the same page, nods, and throws the 1-2, swung on and chopped straight down, but foul. Behind the umpire, Steve Zawiski. And we'll do it again. The only hit of the game for Phipps last night was the home run. He's 2 for 13 overall. As the 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground to short. Ryan Dent up with it, fires to first, and that will retire Phipps. 2 outs here for Mitch in his half of the 5th. 6-3 on the putout. That'll bring up left fielder Zach Borenstein. An extremely last-minute scratch last night was Borenstein. Completely changed the dynamic of the Sugar Land lineup and made us up here in the booth work to figure out what was going on down there. But we did, in case anyone was worrying. First pitch to Borenstein, swung on, ripped foul towards the Revs bullpen, actually bounces off the tarp. Speaking of tarp, gotta appreciate the fans today. Again, faulty, terrible weather forecast from the morning on, but the threat did not amount to anything, and the fans came out today. The 0-1 is inside for ball 1. Close, but couldn't get the call. So what looked like 3 straight days of downpouring rain, nothing's happened as the 1-1 pitch sails inside. Put the tarp on before the game yesterday, but got started right on time. Game 3 of a 6-game homestand. The 2-1 is over. First strike 2, evening things up at 2-2. The 2s are wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. As Mitch looks to make it 3 scoreless innings. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball stays outside. That one was off the plate. That'll run the count full. Drop down to 76 there on the big breaker. The payoff pitch to Borenstein, swung on and missed. He broke it out again and got him swinging. Mitch Atkins finding his groove here as the Revs offense looks to keep chipping back at this deficit. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. York down 4-2.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day, on your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a York Revolution birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Kessler's hot dogs and pizza, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey and throws out a first pitch, and the whole crowd sings Happy Birthday before the party enjoys a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays at a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This is Isaiah Tejeda. You are listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Reps. Sport Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sport.
Bottom of the fifth inning here, a 4-2 ball game as the first pitch breaking ball to Ryan Dent breaks back over the plate for strike one. Revs trail, but have been slowly chipping back at this lead as Dent swings at the next pitch, fouls it off down the first base line and out of play. It was Sugarland that got 2 quick in the first, then 2 more in the second. The Revs retaliating in the bottom of the second with 1 and then adding on another one last inning. The 0-2, way outside, almost past the glove of Stanley for ball 1. Den 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far today. The 1-2 from Beeler ripped towards the hole at short and third. Well, Ryan Jackson will try to make a play on it, but it'll be an infield single for Ryan Dent. The man has some serious range over there. I was just about to say that thing was going to trickle into left field, but Jackson made a play on it and made a pretty crazy throw for where he was. It's obviously, if that description from myself was good enough, an infield hit for Ryan Dent. One shortstop hitting it to the other. To lead off base runner here in the bottom of the fifth for York as they look to keep attacking this lead. From the stretch now, Beeler, the first pitch to Skelton's in the dirt. Blocked by Stanley. He's worn a ton of pitches. Has Stanley back there. It's hit him in the face. Yesterday, took a couple off the arms. But back in there for day number 3 of work in as many days. Gets a lot of action back there. Skelton 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the day. The 1-0 is low. Will take a walk too as he gets ahead 2-0. 287 on the year, 2 home runs, 13 batted in for the Revs backstop. Gian Santi holding on Dent at first. The 2-0 is taken low. Breaking ball that didn't catch enough of the plate as Skelton's way ahead 3-0. Very disciplined hitter who's walked a ton in his career, Skelton. Would think he's taking all the way here. From the stretch, the 3-0, he shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a called strike number 1. Took a half step over the first. Skelton sporting some sweet yellow batting gloves. They're bright, can be seen from, I would think, every part of the park. The 3-1, James is swung on, hit the opposite way. Will it get down? Yes, it will. It'll roll and bounce off the nemesis. Dent now stands at third. It's a double for James Skelton. Runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Skelton thought he had ball 4 there. Who cares? He'll take the double. I'm sure he likes that better. As it's a huge threat now. A chance to impact Beeler's game in a big way. And fewer men I'd like to see at the plate than Melky Mesa in this situation. The Revs left fielder, 306 on the year, 10 home runs, 35 batted in. Singled his last time up. Swings at the first pitch, chops it. That'll get the run home. Play made by Jackson at first. The runner moves to third, and it's a productive out for Melky Mesa as he cuts the lead to 4-3. A sacrifice ground out, 6-3 on the putout. More importantly, though, the way that ball was hit towards the middle, Skelton scampers to third. He's there with just 1 out. Telvin Nash up in a situation where a deep fly ball, or albeit another ground ball in the right spot, will tie this thing up at 4. First pitch to Telvin's taken at the knees for strike 1. 258 on the year for Nash, 15 home runs, 35 batted in. Revs looking to play comeback again. The 0-1, swung on, hit on the ground, foul down the third base line into the Sugar Land dugout. He gets behind 0-2. RBI number 36 on the year for Melky, as Nash calls time. The 0-2 stays high, drives the count to 1-2. So the RBI moves Melky out of a 3-way tie with Jonathan Galvez of New Britain and the man at the plate, Nash, who would like to tie him back up here. The 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2. Good eye from Telvin, as that one sunk way out of the zone. Drives the count to 2-2. Always good to have teammates battling towards the top 3 in the RBI category, really in any productive offensive category. I'll take home runs, what have you. Beeler ready. The 2-2 pitch, check swing, did he go? No, says the first base umpire Clayton. That's the right call. Got some assistance down there from Angeles Nina, who's manning the first base coaching position. He said safe as well. And the count runs full. Base open at first. Let's see what Beeler wants to do. Does he take a chance against one of the most dangerous hitters in this league? The 3-2 breaking ball stays high. That's ball 4. Telvin Nash goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Then draws the walk, puts runners on the corners, still 1 out for Carlos Franco.
Third baseman, number 13, Carlos Franco.
If you haven't heard yet, Carlos Franco is a very good baseball player and has really relished his time in York, to a tune of a .545 batting average, now in game 8. So it's not like he's only been here for a few days. 8 games, .545, 9 RBIs. First pitch swung on, broken bat. The bat goes flying one direction, the ball goes the other. That may have thrown Giansanti off, as he can't make the play on the line drive. That thing was one of the most aggressive bat breaks I think I've ever seen. That thing split in 2 and almost evenly spears into the ground. So Franco will get some new lumber and do it again. My goodness. Ball ended up bouncing towards the first base coaching box. He'll step back in, down 0-1. Skelton on third, Nash at first. The 0-1 to Franco. They set up outside. The pitch is outside, evening things up at 1-1. Beeler hit his spot, but they were trying to get the hot-hitting Revs third baseman to reach. He would not do so. Again, 4-3 our score. Tying run stands at third, just one out. The pitch to Franco is a check swing that bounced in front of Stanley. They'll appeal to the third base umpire, and he'll say no swing. Oh, Franco now ahead 2-1. Franco was 1 for 4 last night, 1 for 2 today with an opposite field double.
Sit down, Inky!
Ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch to Franco is swung on and hit to center field. Coming in now is Tavares. Let's see if they send the runner. Tagging now is Skelton. Throw on the way from Tavares. It's not in time. This game is tied. Carlos Franco with the game-tying sac fly as the Revs come back yet again to knot this thing up at 4.
I'm going to keep saying it.
We have the home runs. We've seen that throughout this hot streak the Revs have been on, but the small ball equally as effective. They get their first 2 runners on. Single from Dent, then a double to Skelton. Put runners on second and third, nobody out. RBI ground out from Mesa. Scores Nash, or scores Dent, advances Skelton. And the sac fly scores Skelton. So it all works out as the first pitch to Tejeda stays low for ball 1.
Let's go, Tejeda!
1-0 pitch is swung on, hit towards the hole. It's short and third. Long run from Jackson, sets his feet. Not a chance. Again, for the second time this inning, the dude runs out in the left field, tries everything he can. These balls are being placed perfectly. It's a miracle he can get leather on it, but just absolutely no shot in the physics of the human body that he can make that play. That's another infield hit for York. This one from Isaias Tejeda, his first of the game. Now to bring up JP Sportman. If you haven't heard, he's been hot as well. Average up to 309 on the year, singled back in the 4th. First pitch to him, breaking ball swung on, hit towards the same spot. Jackson able to get this, pumps to third, throws across to first. Did he get him in time? Yes. Sportman almost legged out another infield single, but not to be. But again, all smiles up here in this broadcast booth as the Revs are able to tie it up on some small ball. An RBI ground out from Mesa, a sac fly from Franco, and we are knotted at 4. We'll head to the top of the 6th here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission again, and this time I have things on my mind, like warranty and service after the repair. You already know Broadway Transmission has been part of the community for 67 years at the same location. But did you know that in that time, your county has seen many transmission shops close its doors, like
Amco,
Atomic,
Clutch and Go,
Dr. Transmission,
Cotman,
York County Transmission,
Winters,
Goodlings,
Lee Miles,
A1.
What grinds my gears about these closings are the customers are left with no warranty. Stop! Don't make that same mistake. Broadway Transmission has over 40,000 transmission jobs under our belt, and we are still here today standing behind our famous 3-year warranty. We kid around a lot on our ads, but nothing is funny about having no warranty when you need it. Avoid that risk with the only smart choice in all of your county and stop by Broadway Transmission today. Broadway Transmission will get your ship together and stand behind it too. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the 3rd play, or the first 3 cars to cross the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on. Come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Jamison McGrain. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 98.9 FM, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Please, Mitch, make my day. Top of the 6th inning. As this game is tied, the Revs able to add 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, knotting this one up at 4. Sugar Land had the early 4-0 lead, not to be, as it's a brand new game. Mitch Atkins out for inning number 6. The first pitch to Juan Silverio, taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Fastball at 87 miles per hour from Mitch. Silverio, our K-man of the game. Brought to you by Rudders. Free mozzarella sticks on the line if he can swing and miss. 0-1, swung on and missed. Blew a fastball right by him as he flips the bat high into the air and gets behind 0-2. We saw Mitch go breaking ball pretty frequently, but this time 2 fastballs to set up Silverio. Let's see what he wants to do here. The 0-2 is just a bit inside, maybe a little low. Close one there. Thought he might have had him with 2 strikes, but not to be, as it's ball 1. PA man Ray Jensen getting the crowd involved. Eager children wanting moss sticks. I would too. The 1-2 to Silverio, swung on, popped up foul. Drifting out of play and will find the seats down the first baseline. So we will do it again. Silverio on the day 0 for 1. He walked on a full count back in the first. Flew out in the third. The 1-2 to Silverio in the dirt, blocked by Skelton. That'll drive the count to 2-2. Silverio has drawn a full count both at bats so far today against Atkins. So they've been battling. He, like a few other of his teammates, has been a Revs killer this season and seasons prior. 289 on the year overall, 7 home runs, 33 batted in. The 2-2 from Mitch, swung on, ripped foul right by our cameraman down on the other side of the Sugar Land dugout, but ricochets off the half wall. Bounced all the way out to Mesa and left. Barely had to move to get it. Lights on here at People's Bank Park. No sun, but a comfortable overcast. The 2-2 is just low again as Silverio works the count full for the 3rd time today. Revs have Pete Tago warming up in the bullpen. Mitch at 91 pitches. Getting up there. Big out here, represented by Juan Silverio. The 3-2 is just low, as Silverio will take his base for the 2nd time today via the walk. Giving Sugar Land a leadoff base runner. Reminded by the video board, don't forget that our first crab feast of the year is this Sunday on June 23rd. Come out and enjoy some crabs and some baseball. It's $35. First pitch to Stanley is low for ball 1. Mitch struggling a little bit with control. Stanley on the year, 282, 3 home runs, 21 batted in. Quick check back at first, but Silverio's back in sliding. It's 1 for 1 today with a walk. Stanley having an all-star caliber year. It's a tight position here in the Freedom Division. Skelton's been good. De La Rosa's been good as well in Lancaster. The 1-0 is somewhere. Maybe low, maybe outside, but called a ball as Mitch falls behind 2-0. Stanley's 3 for 10 overall in this series. The 2-0 is outside yet again. Same spot as Mitch is really vocal this time. He's not happy. He's really letting Steve Zawiski hear it. Something you don't see from him, but he is a Bulldog. He's a gamer. And he is letting Zawiski hear it. Might have been just a little bit outside off the plate, but as a pitcher, I'm sure you want that. He falls way behind 3-0, in danger of walking back-to-back batters to start the frame. As he steps on, now steps off, some unkind words being shouted from the Sugarland dugout.
They thought he balked, but he had stepped off. They are the most vocal dugout in the league. There's no doubt about that.
The 3-0 is right there for strike one. As the crowd gets into it, gives a sarcastic round of applause to Zawiski. Count now at 3-1. Atkins looking to battle back to get Stanley. As he looks back at first. Next pitch will be 97 as we're reaching the century mark. So Vario takes his lead off first. The pitch is swung on foul back to the screen. Mitch has battled back. Second straight Sugarland batter with a full count, this time Stanley. Mitch looking for a different result. Tago's still warming. Down in the pen. The payoff pitch, runner goes, swung on, hit, fouled. Rob Carson making the play down there in the bullpen. So Vario will have to go back. Quite possibly the last batter of the ball game regardless for Atkins. Payoff pitch, runner goes again, swung on, hit on the ground the first as Telvin Nash can't handle the hop. Stanley will be safe, and it's runners on first and second. Nobody out after the error. Overall, sure-handed first baseman. Nash has great footwork as well, but that one just took a mean hop, couldn't stay down on it. And that will end the day for Mitch Atkins. After 99 pitches, he leaves the game with this one deadlocked at 4. Pete Tago on the toe of the rubber when we come back.
Hey, Revs fans, as if being a season ticket holder wasn't already awesome enough, did you know that another perk of being a season ticket holder is you get a VIP restaurant card good for deals and discounts at 6 participating restaurants? The VIP restaurant card is good at these restaurants: Venice Pizza and Restaurant, 15% off order for dine-in or takeout. Revival Social Club, 1 free dessert per person per ticket per visit. Fuddruckers, 15% off total purchase. Viet Thai, 10% off your order. Friendlies, 20% off your order. And Iron Horse York, 10% off your entire meal on home game days and $5 off entrees on non-home game days. Lock in your 2019 Rev season ticket plan today. Call 717-801-HITS or visit YorkRevolution.com. Great baseball, great fun, and a VIP restaurant card? Now that's Revs time.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
This is JP Sportman. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
the 6th inning. Sugarland threatening as they get their first 2 runners on base. First and second, nobody out. Pete Tago on in relief of Mitch Atkins. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Game number 21 for Tago. 0-1 with a 4.74 ERA coming in. Struggled in his last out in game 1 of this series, but has been good before that. First pitch on the way, ripped into left field. That'll be a base hit. They're going to hold the runner as it was hit sharply. He blows through the stop sign, throwing the way from Mesa. Not in time. So it's Martinson ripping the RBI single. Silverio gets a huge break as he blew right through the stop sign from Lincoln Gums. And Sugarland retakes the lead here in the top half of the 6th. They're up 5-4.
Yeah, he deserved to be out for that. And if Mesa's throw didn't bounce as high as it did, he would have been. By the way, how rare was that error on Nash? Just his 2nd all season, a .997 fielding percentage for him.
It's just unfortunate it happened at that time. Brian Jackson now bunting to move the runners up. He gets it down. Pete Tago only played a first. He makes it. Moves both runners up. Sacrifice bunt from the Sugarland shortstop. Runner on 2nd and 3rd, just 1 out. Big jam for Tago, looking to work out of it. A first run scored since the 2nd. Tough out here at the plate too with Willie Taveras. 1 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch, singled and grounded out. Entire infield in. First pitch to Taveras is low for ball 1. Fastball at 93. Overall on the year, 329. No home runs, 6 batted in for Taveras. The 1-0 from Tago, swung on and missed. Fastball right by him in the lower half of the zone at 91 miles per hour. Tago had a fantastic game to record a hold back in the Lancaster series. Went 2 great innings. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, says James Clayton down at second base. So Taveras ahead 2-1. Top of the order. Doesn't get much easier with Gian Santi waiting on deck. First base is open though. 2-1, swung on and missed, got him reaching on the slider as he drives the count even at 2-2. Again, just holding the deficit at 1 would be huge. The Revs have scored in their last 2 innings, so their offense is feeling it. No action in the Sugarland bullpen, so it'll be Beeler again. The 2-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Steve Zawiski rings him up. It's a strikeout for Tago, a huge out number 2 with men on 2nd and 3rd and just 1 out.
That's big time.
Big time play there from Tago, and here's the man though, Anthony Giansanti. First baseman today, he's doubled twice. First one being an RBI double. He's got 2 on, but Tago has to get him here. First pitch slider, yes, that's a strike. Great pitch as it broke right across the plate for strike 1. Guy that's got some stuff. Sneaks that slider by you after he throws it 95 on the fastball. Overall, Giansanti, 248, 4 home runs, 24 batted in. Hits are even at 8 apiece. Sugarland with the 5-4 lead. The 0-1 is outside. I'll even things up at 1-1. Tago was a member of the Rockies, White Sox, and Seattle, the Mariners organizations, in his time in affiliated ball. 1-1 is just low. for ball 2.
I think Skelton's awesome back there, but I think if he catches that one, Tago might get that strike. I think some late sink and run on it, bounced out of his glove, might have cost him.
Attempting to frame it. 2-1, swung on. Oh, that's a check swing, but they're going to say he went around. So it is a swinging strike. Drives the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Pete Tago looking for strikeout number 2. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, fouled out of play down the right field line. So we'll do it again. Wind still blowing out to right field. Taking a look at our flag. Tago looks in for the sign. Now gets it from Skelton. From the stretch. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, hit right back at Pete. He makes the play, fires over to first, and that will retire the side. So Sugar Land able to take the lead again 5-4, but Tago strands runners on second and third with just 1 out to keep it a 1-run deficit. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Are you on your way to work right now? Trudging along and heading to the same job you're just not too enthused about any longer? Hearing this ad might just mean it's your lucky day. Give your career a reboot with the York Post Office. The York Post Office is now hiring rural mail carriers. Work in a fast-paced, dynamic environment. Hiring for non-career positions with career eligibility. Starting at $17.78 per hour with all eligible for health benefits. Suitable vehicle for delivery is required on some routes. Get your foot in the door on a new career today. Apply online at USPS.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
This is Justin Trapp. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Reds, Sports Radio 989 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Revs trail 5-4 in the series finale against the Sugar Land Skeeters. Wellington Dotel, the first man up. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles off Beeler. First pitch swinging, hits it on the ground to the shortstop Jackson. He's up with it on the short hop, fires over to first, and that will be out number 1. Quick out number 1 for Beeler in his half of the 6th. 6-3 on the putout. Jackson's been extremely busy today. Revs have lefty Rob Carson warming up in the bullpen for the 7th. Henry Castillo now comes to the plate. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Castillo, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. 284, 6 home runs, 22 batted in. Next pitch almost hits him as he has to back away. Might have got a piece of Zawitsky, who's off with the mask, but back up. Sure, he has a lot of equipment on under that, but there are still soft spots. Henry in a nice count, 2-0. The pitch from Beeler swung on and hit in the air to left field. Coming in now is Borenstein fighting the wind, squeezes for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Beeler. It'll be up to Ryan Dent to extend the inning. Dent 1 for 2 today. Singled and came around the score his last time up. His last inning, in fact. Part of the 2-run 5th for York. Came in the score on the RBI ground out off the bat of Melky Mesa. First pitch to Dent is taken in the dirt for ball 1. That was pitch number 90 for Beeler. There is some action in the Sugarland pen. Can't see who it is, but this will most likely be the last inning for Beeler. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on, hit the opposite way, but right at Jared Mitchell, who waits, comes in, and retires Dent for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Sugarland right-hander as he keeps this game at 5-4 with Sugarland ahead. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Darryl Henry on to take you home when we come back.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a York Revolution birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Kessler's hot dogs and pizza, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey and throws out a first pitch, and the whole crowd sings Happy Birthday before the party enjoys a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays at a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 7th inning, Robert Carson is in next for the Revs. It's 5-4 Sugarland. Revs were down 4-0 early. One of their best small ball situational hitting games, though, in some time. Even through the 7-game winning streak, they would bludgeon opponents but leave a lot of runners on base. Tonight, they have gotten runners over and in. They've chipped away. They tied it briefly, but now down a run through 6. Jared Mitchell is up first, 3-4-5 in the order. He has yet to make an out tonight, save for on the bases. And Carson ready to go. His first pitch is pulled to first. It stays low, but Nash gets down on it. He'll take it to the bag, a 1-pitch out. And Mitchell is now 3 for 4, including 3 RBIs in this game. Nash had to adjust. It hit the lip and stayed low, and his right foot slid out to the right on him a little bit, but regained his balance, stayed with it. Now 1 down. Here is Dennis Phipps, who has struck out and twice grounded out. Carson with the pitch. It's down and in. Atkins tonight, 5+, 7 hits, 5 runs. He walked 3, struck out 4. 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings, though, very good. The 1-0, and that misses low. Carson 2-0 in 15 outings, a 1.26 ERA. He deals, and a swing and a foul the other way and right. Now to play. Was last in Tuesday night, got a hold. Game at the Revs won in 10 innings. Could there be some more late inning heroics here 2 nights later? The 2-1. Swing on a towering drive, deep left center. Sportman going back toward the LED lights. He's out of room. It's gone. Just left of the batter's eye, Dennis Phipps, his 11th home run of the year. 4 of them have come against York. And he has hit his second in as many nights. It is now 6-4 Sugarland here in the 7th. A moonshot that thing was, sky scraping, and hit 400 feet plus. It ends a streak of 13 straight batters retired by Rob Carson. His first earned run in his last 8 outings, and his first run at all in his last 6. Here's Zach Borenstein, who fans on a slider, first pitch. Now Sugarland, they were up 4-0. Rebs erased it, but the Skeeters broke the tie last inning, and they add another run this inning. The 0-1, swinging a ground ball to first. Again, it stays low, and Talvin gloves cleanly. He'll take it to the bag himself. So 2 unassisted ground outs to first, sandwiching the Phipps home run. Phipps now 3rd in the league by himself in home runs. David Washington 16, Talvin Nash 15, and now Dennis Phipps 11. Melky Mesa part of a group that has 10. Melky now tied for 4th. Here is Juan Silverio. 0 for 1, a line out to left in between 2 walks and a run scored tonight. And first pitch from Carson, breaking ball, that bends over for a strike. As Silverio, if it's not hitting close to 450 against York, it could be walks as well. Last inning, Atkins ahead of him, but Silverio fought his way on, ended up scoring the run that broke the tie. Now time asked for as he takes a step out. He came in tonight hitting .447 against the Revs when he swings the bat. 6-4 Sugarland here in the 7th. It is dusk here in downtown York. The weather people scared everybody off, but again, it's become a nice night as Silverio fouls this one back to the roof. It's 0-2.
All right, fans, that's 2 Eagle Drill.
Brett and I scare people off, but people expect it. Should have a good weekend from the looks of it, although I'm going to knock on wood as soon as I say that. Carson with the 0-2, and it missed inside. Been a frustrating night, but could we brighten our spirits with a serving of fried cheese? Rob ready to work. The 1-2. Oh, no! Oh, Steven Zawiski flinched. The arm was starting to come up, and he stared at it and said ball. Oh, my. 2-2. With Maz Sticks on the line. Maybe he's lactose intolerant.
Must be.
The 2-2. That just missed. The exact same spot. Sportman out in center, flings his hands up. Getting testy around People's Bank Park right now. You mess with their food. It's not going to be nice. Now the payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball, jammed him. He rolls it to short. Dent up with it, slings it to first, and the inning is over. Now Carson gets everybody else, but Dennis Phipps, the home run, provides some insurance. The solo shot Stretch time here at the bank at Sugarland 6, York 4.
We went to other stores and compared theirs to ours. We compared quantities, we compared quality. From cereal to celery, from sushi to salad. And while many things were similar, there was only one huge difference. The lowest price is at Wise Markets. So take our word and shop around without shopping around. Look for our new price comparison tags. You can buy groceries anywhere you like, but you'll always spend less at Wise.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
Business owners, First Capital Federal Credit Union can help equip your business for success. Hello, I'm Sue DiStefano, President and CEO. Now through June 30th, we're offering you an annual percentage rate as low as 4.65% on equipment loans. When it comes to growing your business, we're with you every step of the way. Don't wait. Apply today at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you and your county first for 65 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Planting a tree, putting in a mailbox, whatever your project, Columbia Gas reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Revs trail 6-4. Ricardo Gomez takes over. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts, and it is the top of the order. Gomez, our old pal, saw him here on Tuesday night. An inning and 2/3 scoreless. He did give up 2 hits and 2 walks, but struck out 3. Denied the Revs of chances in the 8th. And in the 9th inning, trying to win it, and they ended up winning it in 10, of course. James Skelton up. Yeah, the first pitch is on the outside corner, fastball strike. Skelton 1 for 3 tonight, doubled and scored in the 5th inning. Followed by Mesa and Nash. The 0-1, and that misses inside. Gomez was in for quite a while. A lot of pitches Tuesday night. Typically has been a 1-inning, late-inning guy in his career. Now the 1-1. And a swing and a drive, high and deep right field. Mitchell is back. It is gone! James Skelton, a towering home run onto the home run patio in right field. Right above the York College sign. His 3rd of the year, and it's a 1-run game again, 6-5.
Well, that's how you answer a home run in the last inning. Hit one yourself, and James Skelton, a guy we've seen get under a couple balls, one in Lancaster, probably the hardest hit ball to right that we saw in that entire series. That was that same kind of swing and pulling us back, just 1 run back.
He's been hot. He takes Gomez deep. Here's Mesa swinging first pitch and a foul tip to the net. He had a hack at it.
He wants to join the party. Skelton's got such a sweet swing, and a lot of it comes right from all the power and the turn. That's just pretty.
Mesa 1 for 3 with an RBI ground out tonight. Here's the 0-1. Oh, it went behind him, and Gomez... It clearly slipped. The two were teammates last year. He had a grimace about him as that ball went sailing behind Melky. Clearly didn't intend to throw at him.
What do you think that looks like on TrackMan when it goes behind him?
Thing might need to reboot.
No intent there from Gomez.
Now the 1-1. Swing and a high pop-up in the infield. Jan Santi at first. Martinson from second. Martinson will take it. Sidestepping over to his left. 1 away.
Did you not lose that one?
Oh, I stopped even looking for it.
Oh, yeah, I lost that so fast. That's the first time that's really happened.
Yeah, I was just watching the fielders to see if they started to panic, but unfortunately they did not.
That thing was gone from our sight line, at least mine.
Now here's Nash. Revs have Judy loosening for the next inning. Within a run again, 6-5. Nash 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Gomez. It is on the outside, a called strike. 92 from Ricky.
Looked a little outside.
It did. They haven't had a great series, the men behind the plate. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, a fastball. I would say tonight has probably been the best performance.
And there's still been a couple. That big debacle over the sliding catch from Tavares. One that shines through to me.
Mace's ejectionless streak continues, though. Gomez with the 0-2. And it just missed away. Good eye. Gomez went just a sliver further outside. Tom Glavine and Greg Maddox used to get those. There's now 1-2 on Nash. And Gomez to the plate. Swing, and he pops it up. Right side again, almost the same area. Martinson out from second into shallow right. Backing up, he makes the play. So after the Skelton home run, back-to-back pop-ups, Gomez now will have to deal with Carlos Franco.
There was a lefty that got around on him earlier this inning, and Skelton, let's see if Franco can stay hot and do the same. Picked up RBI number 10. 10 RBIs. This is game 8, right, for him?
At 9. He had 8 coming in, yep. Insane.
You like that pace.
First one, swings, he broke his bat, rolls it right side, Jansanti backhands, and he tosses to Gomez covering. Jansanti had to go way to his right, backhanded it, and a little over-the-shoulder lob. Have it there when Gomez got there, and that ends the inning. Revs settle for the 1 on the Skelton homer, and it's a 6-5 game as we head to the 8th.
Home of the judgment-free zone, Planet Fitness is your home away from home plate this baseball season with 2 convenient locations in York. Planet Fitness offers a clean, comfortable environment, tons of cardio and strength equipment, free fitness training to all members, and extended hours for those early risers or late-night treadmill triumphators. And best of all, you get all this for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Melky Mesa. You listen to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs Sport Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in your film sport.
Go to the 8th. The Revs looking for another comeback tonight. Within a run again, it is a 6-5 game. Judge takes over here in the 8th inning. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Stanley is up, 1 for 2 and a walk. First pitch fastball is down low. Judge the win on Tuesday night, the extra inning game. He allowed that free runner to score in the top of the 10th, but the Revs got 2. Pitch, swinging a high fly in right center, not terribly deep. Dotel gallops over from right, calls and catches. 1 up, 1 down. Those free runners and extras go down as unearned runs for the pitcher. The batter or the base runner that scores does get credit for a run scored, but unearned against Judy. He is 3-1 at .279 ERA in 20 outings, 5 saves as well. Here is Jason Martinson, who's 1 for 3 tonight. RBI single in the 6th. Open stance from the right. Hands up high. First pitch is right there for a strike. At 93, which is a number we haven't seen from Judy often this year.
He's unleashing the beast.
Now the 0-1. Swing, and he skies it to right center. Dotel again, drifting over in the alley. Hands extended, calls and squeezes. That fastball was at 91, and he gets Martinson to fly to right. 2 down quickly. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Lancaster trailing 4-2 in the 8th at High Point. They are in danger of another sweep. Southern Maryland is up 5-4 in the 7th at New Britain. And Long Island trying to salvage a finale. Here's Jackson. Fastball, strike on the inner half. Long Island up 6-0 in the 6th at Somerset. Patriots released Darby Myers, who didn't hit much for them. He crossed the stadium as a slider bends away, and he's starting in right field for Long Island tonight. So there's that.
That's quick. Long Island, with guys getting signed and retiring, they always need new bodies.
1-1, and it's fouled against the net. Alec Asher today was signed to go to Taiwan.
Matthew Grimes.
Skeeters with lefty Cesar Cabral loosening. 1-2 from Judy. Yeah, misses way outside and low. Slider. Long Island finally released Mike Olt after some big-time struggles.
Hard to believe a guy that started in Major League spring training would struggle that bad.
Pitch. Swinging a ground ball, slap just foul at first, down the line. And it'll hit the front of the tarp, which fortunately didn't get used this afternoon. Was it on this morning? Was there tarp calling?
I'm not sure if we pulled it today. I don't think so. I think it was a tarpless day.
How about that? Pitch, way outside. Boy, did they whiff.
Yeah.
Weather people.
What a terrible week for them. That's the job I need. Love to be wrong.
We're never wrong in here.
Oh, man.
I have a perfect season going.
I wish.
Here's the payoff. Line drive, left center. Mesa coming over. Dives, and he makes the play! Melky Mesa diving full stretch like Superman in the air to his left. And Papa Tiburon makes the grab to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Josh Judy. What a grab in left field on that bullet off the bat of Jackson. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Revs still down a run. It's 6-5.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
The Dietz and Blewett Diamond Deck at Peoples Bank Park is sponsored by Dietz and Blewett Insurance Company. Dietz and Blewett Insurance Company has been serving the York and Central PA areas for more than 10 years. Visit their new location on 2000 South Queen Street, where you'll find friendly, courteous staff who put their clients first. Google them on the web for a free quote. At Dietz and Blewett Insurance, you'll find the best rates on home, auto, health, life, and business insurance.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs down 6-5. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Lefty Cesar Cabral is in. We saw him with a scoreless 8th last night, allowed an infield hit to Sportman, who is on deck, but got a double play, went 1-2-3 thanks to that twin killing. Overall, Cabral is 1-0 with a 0.84 ERA and 10 outings. Tejeda is up first. First pitch is swung on and missed. A change-up. He figured Tejeda would be looking to drive something hard. Pulled the string on him on pitch number 1. 10 2/3 innings, 1 run for Cabral, just 8 hits, but 10 walks, 1 per inning, 5 strikeouts. Perhaps the Revs can get him into some unfavorable counts this inning. That would be nice. Tejeda 1 for 3. Pitch, swing and a miss. That time the fastball with some run on it. And he gets a swing and miss on that as well. Sportman and Dotel will follow. Revs down a run, bottom 8, 6-5 the score. This order is very deep. Even if they went 1-2-3 here, you still have tough hitters to face in the 9th if you're Sugarland. 0-2, and that's down low, back to the change. Six runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Skeeters. 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for York. Beeler 6 innings, 4 runs. High total for him, high total for Atkins. Pitch is down low. Mitch was 5+ and 5 runs, so a matchup of 2 of the best right-hand starters in the league. More runs scored against those 2 than you would have expected. Now it's in the hands of the bullpens. Although the starters are the pitchers of record. Here's the 2-2. Fastball up high. So Tejeda works it from 0-2 to 3-2, trying to get on. Infield hit last time, ran his hitting streak to 8. Cabral ready, and Tejeda will disrupt him and call time. Cabral's been in the majors with the Yankees and the Orioles. He's ready. 3-2. Way outside, and Tejeda works his way on. The tying run reaches on the leadoff walk. That wasn't even close.
No. And that's what good plate discipline does for you. It's a good start to have that man on with this man up. J.P. Sportman earlier this game, extending his hitting streak to 18 games. And boy, is this a big spot for him to be impressive.
Here's the stretch. And the first pitch, fastball, strike called in on JP, who slumps his shoulders. By the way, the 2 that Tejeda swung at early in his at-bat, those were strikes. And then Cabral could not consistently find the strike zone after that. So he's on, Tejeda is. 0-1 to Sportman, swinging a chopper off the glove of Silverio at third and into left field. Tejeda's gonna make it first to third. Throw is late, he slides in and Sportman goes to second on it. Second and third with nobody out. A chopper at third, and Silverio, who was drawn in slightly, went leaping and could only tip it off the glove, and that slowed it down in shallow left and allowed the wheels to turn for the Revs on the bases.
Putting the ball in play and hitting it hard usually lead to gratuitous opportunities, and that's just what JP had there. Big spot now, runners on second and third, just one out.
It is a double for Sportman. He did not go to second on the throw. He was sensing two all the way, and here's Dotel. The Skeeters have to bring the infield in with nobody out. Revs down 6-5. It's second and third. And the pitch to Dotel, way high and outside. Revs have J-Mo loosening for the ninth inning. What will the situation be then? Revs cooking here in the eighth. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, strike called on the outer edge. Dotel is 2 for 3 tonight. RBI back in the fourth, his 13th in the last 10 games. 9th in the last 5. Here's the stretch, the 1-1. It's way outside again. Cabral checking his cleats after the landing. He is one of a few taken from the Players Showcase draft that are still in the league. Julio Perez is one, of course, for York. Rondon running in place in the Revs dugout. He's getting loose. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a bouncer toward the middle. Tejeda coming home, and it's botched. It's kicked away. Here comes Sportman. He's going to score. And Dotel goes to second base on a ball loose in the infield. And the Revs lead at 7-6 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He chopped it over the mound. Jackson cutting in from behind, kicked it into no man's land. And Tejeda, who hesitated, scored anyway, and Sportman scores from second on it somehow. It's an infield double for Wellington Dotel, who drives in 2 on it. Are you kidding me?
Wow, don't see that too often, but we'll take it. JP Sportman with a heads-up base running saw that ball was kicked. Jackson didn't go after it, so Sportman with his great speed able to take an aggressive turn around third and score. That is what I'm talking about.
And now Castillo bolts one toward the corner and left, but it's foul. Just a little early on it. That ball was hammered. Dotel at second, still no outs. It's a 2-run infield double.
Unreal. Unreal. Gotta love it. Huge fist pump from Sportman as he crossed the plate. Another late inning heroic to really get your heart pumping here.
They never went after it, and the Revs never stopped. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. He chases a changeup down. The Revs looking for a pair of comeback wins in this series. They lead for the first time tonight, 7-6 in the 8th. Mitch is now off the hook. They battled back. Battled back for their guy. Now looking for more. The stretch. The 0-2. It's down and in. The 2 doubles this inning. I mean, Sportman's came to a rest, I don't know, maybe 30 feet into the outfield, and Dotel's never even got out of the infield. Pat Young is now loosening, by the way. Crazy.
What a change of events.
Now the lefty ready, turns, looks Dotel back. that chopper. Jackson, he knocked it down. And I wonder if Tejeda going part way distracted him because he hesitated. But then not only did he score, JP did too. Here's a chopper foul down toward the third base dugout. Revs are trying to win a third straight series. Sugarland in the 9th inning will have the top of the order, Tavares, Jansanti, and Mitchell. Young, who seemed to get back on track last night in that inning, he will be the guy. Here's the stretch. 1-2. Swing and a line drive, right center. Mitchell heading over. He'll get there, but Dotel will tag. Tags from second, heads to third as Mitchell tosses it in on a hop to shortstop. And Castillo, solid contact. Doesn't have a hit to show for it, but moves Dotel to third with one away.
Hey, with no outs, you take that from Henry. Moving the runner up now, Ryan Dent. That is an all-important insurance run standing at third base. Got to get him in if you're Dent.
And the Skeeters will bring the infield in. Unbelievable stuff here in the bottom of the 8th. The way the Revs have taken this lead. Infield in. Pitch to Dent. It's over for a strike. Dent 1 for 3 tonight. Infield hit in the 5th and a run scored. Dotel with good speed. The runner at third. Now the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Cabral took some off. He went from high 80s to 84 on that one. 7-6 the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs have been averaging 7 runs per game in the last 11. 0-2. It's way high and away. That fastball clocking at 96. Cabral, who had 14 big league appearances. Yankees in 2013 and 14, the Orioles in 15. Now deals, and a ground ball, base hit left field. Dotel in to score, and Ryan Dent hand clapping as he heads to first base, comes through with the RBI single. It's 8-6, a 3-run 8th inning.
Beautiful. Did exactly what he needed to do. Infield in, slapped it right between the hole at short and third. Big insurance run is home, still just 1 out. James Skelton a chance for more damage. Just add as many runs as you can now. 12 hits for York on the day. What an inning.
Now Skelton left on left. First pitch, he swings, chops one to second. Martinson backs up, plays the hop, goes to short, turn to first, late. Skelton beats it out, and he'll be a 2-out base runner. It's a 4-6 fielder's choice. Skelton now 2 for 5 on the night. And down 2, this late game comeback really began with his home run last inning. Skelton keeping the inning alive for Melky Mesa, who's 1 for 4 tonight. Infield hit in the 3rd, did pick up a ribby in the 5th on a ground ball. 8-6 York. First pitch is way outside. Cabral ready. The 1-0. That's way out again. Same spot.
It's what's really led them to have the success. I mean, they're making Cabral work. You go back to that Tejeda at bat. He fell behind early, ended up drawing a walk. Sportman attacking. I mean, it's just everything you need right here. Late inning heroics. Nothing's more sweeter.
Pitch, swing, and a tap foul down against Mesa's foot. Revs are going for their 3rd win of the year when trailing after 7. This would be a sweet one to get and win the series if they can do it. On the stretch from Cabral. 2-1 to Mesa. Swing and a miss. And again, he stayed with the changeup down and away. And now 2-2. Board says make some noise. Stretch from the lefty. Kicks and fires. And a swing and a line drive to right. That's down for a hit in front of Mitchell. Skelton will stop at second. And Mesa serves it in the other way. His second hit of the night. The team's 13th. And that prolongs the inning for Telvin Nash.
Good spot to be if you're Telvin. 2 men on. It's been a little bit of a tough go for the last game and a half. Trying to break out of that right now with a big 2-out hit.
He's facing a lefty about to throw his 28th pitch, a guy who was also in the game last night. First pitch, it is pulled left side on the ground. Silverio to his left from third, slings it over to second to end the inning. But the Revs send 8 men to the plate, scoring 3 times to go in front, 4 hits, and 2 men left. We go to the 9th. Revs trying to pull one out late. They lead it 8-6.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
We were with you when you were struggling with the challenges of being a young athlete, before the challenges of keeping fit while working 9 to 5, and long before Pilates and Zumba were even a thing.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sport Shoes outfitted you as a young athlete. When you slipped into a new sport practically every season, you learned a lot and you grew strong. Now that you're an adult, why stop? Flying Feet has the brands and the styles that will increase your performance no matter how you choose to maintain your fitness. Just like when you were a kid, when you shop Flying Feet, you know you'll walk away with the best fit and natural comfort. Flying Feet stocks fitness shoes and all kinds of fitness gear. So, what do you do these days? Trail walking? Working out on the track, on the street, in the gym? Sign up for exercise classes like Pilates, Zumba, or need shoes for weightlifting? It doesn't matter what you're into, you can always count on Flying Feet. It's the one sportswear specialty store that's truly ageless.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sport Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Enoe Polanco. You're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Red, Sport Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sport.
It is going to be J-Mo who's in the game. Jamison McGrain, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. The Revs lead it suddenly 8-6. They're trying to win their first home series against Sugar Land since the end of the first half 2017. They have lost the last 4 home series against the Skeeters, who they have really struggled with over the years. First pitch to Willie Taveras misses away. Top of the order for Sugar Land. McGrain, who had 6 saves last year, is going for his first with York. 7th of his career. He's ready. Here's the 1-0, and that misses high and wide. He had 2 with Florence in the Frontier League last year, and then 4 in the Marlins system, including 3 with Batavia in the New York Penn League. Taveras 1 for 3 tonight. Single, hit by pitch, steal, 2 runs. Now McGrain, the 2-0. And there's a strike. Fastball, outer edge at 90. Really shows you what they think of J-Mo. Using him here in the 9th tonight, he has been phenomenal. The 2-1. Tavares tries to bunt his way on. McGrain hustles in. He gloves. He fires. In time at first base. What a play for out number 1. And Tavares in the face of first base. I'm James Clayton. He tried to bunt his way on. McGrain came in between the mound and the plate, picked up and threw a dart. And now we're going to have a lengthy wait because Pete Incaviglia is coming out all the way from the third base dugout to argue this. This is going to take forever. And he might also be taking the opportunity to do this. He is always gamesmanshiping, if you will, trying to play with your head, get in your mind, and this is going to make McGrain wait. Well, he's got out number 1. Tavares, the speedy leadoff man, even at his elder age now, trying to bunt his way on. Tavares now 37 years old, born on Christmas Day in 1981. Tell you, one thing about James Clayton, he does absolutely nothing to end the argument or to hurry things up. This is ridiculous. How long's this conversation going to go? He's just going to let him stand there and talk all night. And I don't blame Pete for coming out to argue it. Close play in this situation. And he's been injured. He hurt himself running early in the year. I don't blame him for how long it took to get out there. But some of these umpires just let it go on and on and on and on. And he is really soaking this up. Incaviglia is walking back to the third base dugout. Look how small those steps are, making McGrain and everybody wait. But Clayton, he let him stand there and argue all night if he wanted to. Well, here's Jan Santee with 1 away. First pitch is down and away. He is 2 for 4 tonight, 2 doubles, a first inning RBI, 2 runs scored. 8-6, the Revs leading it here in the 9th. McGrain ready, here's the 1-0. And a fastball strike, outside corner at 92. He's got that whip around with his drive leg, his post leg, that kick at the end. He fires, and a slider chopped to short. Dent lines it up, gloves, fires, 2 down here in the 9th. Nash makes the stretch at first base. And with Jan Santee, who can scoot, hustling down the line, Dent with the arm, he hoses him. 2 down here in the 9th inning. Revs trying to win their 8th in the last 9 here tonight. And 10th in the last 12, and Jared Mitchell, the last man in the way. 3 for 4 tonight. 2 singles, a double, 3 RBIs. He's been picked off or caught stealing twice. And McGrain with the pitch. Fastball, it's in there for a strike. 0-1. What a huge win this would be. Skeeters, by the way, they have a magic number of 8 against York. The pitch, breaking ball just missed, up and in, a slider. Some people and devices might have thought that should have been a strike. Now McGrain ready. The 1-1. Swing, and it's fouled off. Third base side. And J-Mo a strike away from wrapping this one up. Revs trying to win a third straight series. Fans come to their feet here at People's Bank Park. McGrain looking for his first save. Looks into Skelton, and he's got it. The stretch, the 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him up high with the fastball, and this game's over. The Revs win for the 8th time in the last 9, and the 10th time in the last 12. It's an 8-6 comeback thriller. Here at People's Bank Park tonight, Jamison McGrain, his first Revolution save, blows away Jared Mitchell to end it. And the Revs take 2 out of 3 from the first place Skeeters, who have been running away with this division all half. But the Revs continue to chip away at Sugar Land's lead. And for York, it's a third straight series win and one of the comebacks of the year so far. 3 runs in the 8th inning, and they do it on a pair of basically seeing eye doubles, including a 2-run infield double from Wellington Dotel. Can you believe that? That is the one that ends up being the winner. Certainly a rarity. I remember a 3-run single from Scott Grimes in a comeback win 7 years ago, but a 2-run infield double is the difference tonight. And the Revs win it here in the rubber match, 8-6. And man, is this team playing some ball these days or what? They have won 8 out of 9, 10 out of 12, 7 of the last 9 at home. And they win a home series from the Skeeters for the first time in almost 2 years. They've struggled with this team, but not this week. They win 2 out of 3, and they do it in thrilling fashion. 8-6 is your final tonight. McGrain just got doused while doing the interview with Brett, so we'll hear how that sounds. But he gets his first save with York. He does it 1-2-3 and ends it with a strikeout. He was dominant again. And the Revs win at 8-6. Stay tuned. Post-game show is coming up next.